but two's going to be a problem. Two's going to say it's an error, just hit close. Or it won't say anything. Yeah, there it is, just hit close. All right.
This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Good evening, everyone, and we are coming to you live from the John Smith Fieldhouse on the campus of Dell City High School, where we have a big District 1 5A matchup between the Dell City Eagles and the Bishop McGuinness Irish. Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Ray. Great to be joined by a new color commentator for Mid-Dell basketball. So I'm having some help with that, and I get to switch over to play-by-play. I'm talking, of course, about the color commentator for Dell City football this past year, Gordy. Gordy, I know you're excited about this matchup because, well, first off, we'll just start with the names. Dell City and Bishop McGuinness.
Right.
That's enough right there. Usually.
That's enough right there, Jordan.
And when we look at the girls' matchup, you know, Dell City girls, they had a tough loss here to Newcastle back on December 9th. They've been playing great basketball since then. But if they want to host to the regional, this is going to be an important game for them.
Right. And like you say, Newcastle's just a team that has been on a tear, but the Dell City Eagle, the girls, they've been on a tear lately as well. 10 wins in a row for these young ladies. I mean, just tearing through teams, a lot of tournaments, just a lot of work that's been put in, you know, by Coach King and the rest of the girls. Dell City, like you say, Jordan, has been such a force. And, you know, the main goal with both of the girls and the boys team is to try to make regionals. You know, like I said, to try to lock down this home court advantage if possible. But like you say, being on a 10-win streak, you know, it's nothing like it. But only 2 losses under their belt, it's tough to win, you know, ball games anyway. But to go on a run like this, it says something a lot about this team.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk more about this team. Coming up, I spoke with Dell City girls coach Mariah White earlier today. You'll see the interview, then we'll have the starting lineups and more. And you are watching Mid-Dell basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, happy to be joined by Dell City girls coach Mariah White. Coach, I know that was a tough loss, of course, to Newcastle because that's a team that you're competing with in district play. But since then, you know, your team's been on fire. I mean, winning that Norman tournament and then winning, I guess, the Bartlesville tournament and, you know, dominating district games since. Was that loss kind of like a catalyst for your team in a way?
You know, it looks that way. It wasn't. It does look that way. We've just been playing. We've been playing really well. We've been playing the way we should be playing. And I still think we have areas to grow. And so, I mean, that loss does seem like it was, you know, the one to kind of get us on the right track. But essentially, you know, it's not like we've changed a lot of things. We're still practicing the same way. We're still teaching the same things. You know, the girls know what to expect. I think it was just, if anything, you know, just be ready to come out and play whenever it's time to go.
Well, let's look back to that Norman tournament again, because I think in the second round, you guys made an unbelievable comeback against Owasso, if I'm not mistaken, and won that game in overtime. And winning those type of games where you could just have easily have lost it and you figured a way out. What does that do for your team? What does that do as far as the outlook of your team going forward?
Those games are huge just because it puts us in situations that are crucial whenever it gets to March and the end of February. Winning games late, being in tough situations, being in those situations like in a game and not just practicing it, but where it has, meaning, whether you win or lose, whether, the outcome really matters. So like a situation like Owasso, we get down and we come back and we send it into overtime. I think more than anything, mentally, it lets the girls know that no matter what the situation is, we never feel like we're out of a game. So win, lose, or come down from 8, come down from 10, whatever it is, we never feel like we're out of the game. So Owasso did just that, and I think if anything, it was a confidence booster. Like there's no quitting this team. There's no quitting this group. This is a special group. They gonna fight to the end.
And then last week in the Barrowsville tournament, you beat another big 6A team in the semifinals, I believe, in Broken Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
They may have been the team that took your place at the Titan Classic next week, so we'll get a better
Yeah.
look at them. But then, who did you beat in the championship game?
We played Life Prep in the championship game, and that's the team that they beat us twice last year.
Okay, and who are they exactly? I mean, I'm not as familiar with them.
So they're a prep school out of Wichita, Kansas.
Okay,
Some really, really talented girls. Like their point guard is committed to Seton Hall. Their other guard has a handful of D1 offers, and so it's a quality prep school. With a bunch of girls who that's their focus is basketball. That's what they do. They basketball. They do school online, and they play. 30 something games a year, and so they travel year round. They play. That was a really good win for us. Just like similar to Owasso. So they beat us last year. Playing that team, it was one of those. Let's come out here this year. We have something to prove. Let's make improvements. What did we do last year that didn't go so great? Let's make adjustments. Get out here, and then I mean, we did. They came out there and they played. They played hard. I was proud of them.
and who's been maybe playing even at a better level since I got to last be at one of your games close up against Newcastle last month? Who's been playing really well of late?
I mean, I gotta start with Sasha Hunt because that's the point guard, that's our leader. She is our floor general. She's been elevating this team. She's getting this team on the right direction. We're on the right track, and a lot of it has to do with her. Everybody is behind her. Everybody listens to her voice. She's been out there performing every night. Every time we have a game, I know I can always look at Sasha and she can look back at me and we're just on the same page. And so she's been playing some great basketball the last few months. And like you said, even better than she was when we started the season out.
Okay, and Bishop McGuinness is a team that's you're competing against for a top spot in your district. I think they have one loss in district play, just like you. So the winner of this game is going to be in second place outright, assuming Newcastle wins tonight. So, what are your thoughts about this Irish team?
Well, talented young team. They have a few girls that really know how to play, and they've been playing basketball for a long time. So, this is definitely a team that you can't come in here and underestimate because they have girls who can put the ball in the hole. They have girls who can defend. They have a lot of girls who can shoot the three. So, I expect a good game tonight. This is the group. Like I said, they're young, but they're talented. They've been playing, so they're not new to the game. They're just new to playing with each other.
All right, Coach, look forward to seeing that challenge for you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find it.
All right, welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're going to have the national anthem and then starters. The PA announcer for tonight is Micah Unruh, and the starting lineup is brought to you by Precision Nutrition. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to honor our great country and the brave men and women who defend it. Please rise and remove your caps for the presentation of colors. standing until the colors have been retired. Please remain standing. Thank you. And now we'd like to welcome our guests, the Bishop McGuinness Irish. Their starting lineup. At 5'7", a sophomore, number 3, Aislinn Tucker. A 5'8" senior, number 5, Elliott Jones. A 5'9" sophomore, number 11, Cashlyn Cooper. A 5'6" junior, number 12, Molly Milligan. And a 5'9" junior, number 23, Mariah Connolly. I can't give it to you yet.
Huh?
I can't give it to you yet.
I'm talking about other boys' roster.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Del City Lady Eagles. Starting at guard, a 5'4" senior, number 3, Sasha Hunt Smith. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 10, Jakaya McAllister. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 11, Kamaya Morgan. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 24, Tori Moore. And at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 32, Sanaya Bonds. Your Lady Eagles, coached by head coach.
All right, we thank Mike Unruh for that. Now let's look at the starting lineups one more time, brought to you by Precision Nutrition. He was given slightly wrong starting lineup for McGuinness. We will actually see number 21, Megan Milligan, start in place of her sister Molly. And so I double-checked that. We have it right. And you can see the other starters side by side. Starting lineups brought to you by Precision Nutrition. For all your nutrition needs in one shaker tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street, Suite 105 in Del City. You can order over the phone at 405-672 0999. Okay, let's get our scoreboard up, our clock camera going, and our quarter sponsor up. Our first quarter sponsor is brought to you by Scrambled. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes, deep-fried French toast at 1742 Northeast 23rd Street. And a tip-off sponsor, thanks to our producer, remembering that, Del City Chamber of Commerce. More on them in a moment. All right. For the jump ball, it's going to be the point guard, really, for McGuinness, jumping center, Aislinn Tucker. Going up against Sanaya Bonds.
Here we go.
And here we go. It will be McGuinness with the first possession. This is Mariah Conley with it. She goes left side to Cooper, who goes baseline. They swing it out. And that's Milligan, who hits a Bobby Lewis three right off the bat. Megan Milligan, who did not start Monday, starts big there.
Starts big, the younger sister of the Milligan sisters.
Yep. Bonds missed the shot inside. Rebounded by Conley of McGuinness, and back come the Irish with a 3-0 lead. Cross-court pass. That's Jones. Here's the lefty for them. Cooper couldn't get the shot to go. Rejected. Nice recovery by Bonds. And there's Ja'Kai McAllister, who can't finish, but there's Hunt, who steals the rebound like she so often does. Morgan with it now. Hunt wide open, corner three, no good.
Nice
Tori Moore couldn't quite get the rebound.
Couldn't quite get the rebound, but nice open look and nice ball movement by Del City. That's what it's going to take, running up and down the court. But Bishop McGuinness doing a good job starting off, Jordan, getting rebounds and getting the ball down the court.
Tucker dribbles top left side now to Connolly. Connolly will defend the post, but she'll play a lot of guard. Going inside's Cooper. Lost her dribble, I thought for a bit, picked it up. Now Milligan, who has the only points of the game so far, will reset things for the Irish near the timeline.
One thing about Del City, the defense is just so ferocious, just so quick. Jordan always closing out and moving well and really switching off really is key.
Tucker inside, not a bad shot, but couldn't get to fall.
Another rebound by Bonds.
I think that's actually Tori Moore. You'll get them confused, but because they have similar builds. But yes, Tori Moore also get a lot of rebounds. She goes inside to Bonds. Bonds gets inside, couldn't make the shot. And here comes Conley for the McGuinness Irish. And then we have a foul as she found Tucker cutting the basket. All our free throws are brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses. Tooney Buys Houses, we buy and renovate homes. We lease and finance homes in any condition. If you or somebody you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call them at 405-931-3046.
Aislinn Tucker at the line right now. Of course, the main driver, of course, the main ball handler besides Morgan, one of the main ball handlers for Bishop McGuinness.
They were so aggressive early going against Newcastle, and it worked until Newcastle went zone, and then the Racers ran away with it on Monday night.
Right.
I tell you this, Del City, they don't go zone much. I don't know if they will, and they don't want to if they don't have to. We'll see if they feel like they have to. Second shot is good, so it's 4-0 Irish lead the Eagles in the early going. And here is Sasha Hunt-Smith. A handoff to Morgan. Morgan picks up her dribble, finds Moore, wing left. Back to Hunt-Smith, who already missed a three. She's going to shoot one from near the top. Well, that's no good. Good boxing out there by Cooper against the bigger Sanaya Bonds. Jones. That's Tucker, who couldn't get to go. Here comes Morgan for the Eagles.
More good defense by Moore down low. Just keeping that post locked down.
Bonds, sometimes Sanaya Bonds has to miss some shots early on to get going, I think.
All right, sometimes that's what it takes, Jordan, just to get it settled in just a little bit. Del City, you can tell they're a little bit hyped for this game.
Yeah.
Not able to get any shots to fall, but a lot of good movement, a lot of energy being used.
Well, we haven't shown standings yet, but these teams are tied for second right now. Right. So it's a massive game.
Massive game, Jordan. A lot of playoff implications, of course, for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, and what I've noticed, Gordy, the last few years doing high school basketball up here, very rarely does a team not host a regional and get the state. It does happen. Both Del City teams did it back in 2024. Midwest City did it last year, but that's the exception, not the rule.
I can see. You've seen a lot of ball, Jordan, so I can imagine.
And that's what's at stake here. You're in second place.
Right.
You will host a regional. You got to finish in second, of course. There's still a lot of basketball to be played here.
And like you said, even though Dale City has been on a tear, Bishop McGuinness has a lot to prove. And good drop step right there.
Now see how Sanaya Bond just went up real easy there.
Right, just comfortable.
I think she was rushing her other shots.
Definitely.
And then a steal on the other end. What a play by Morgan. Saves it to McAllister. The sophomore, Jakai McAllister, finds Hunt. Open, 3-ball. Off the mark. So she's 0 for 3. But at some point, Sasha Hunt's going to get hot from three-point range.
Definitely. Just got to keep shooting it.
Tucker out to Morgan drives inside. I'm sorry, I meant Cooper. And Cooper looks like she will earn a trip to the free throw line. So
that's one thing about Cashlyn Cooper. One of her specialties, Jordan, driving to the basket. She's a good shooter as well, very quick, a smart player as well. But like I said, she definitely specializes, her and Aislinn Tucker, in driving to the basket. So Dale City's got to be really careful picking up any unnecessary fouls.
Well, for the Eagles' sake, you hope that they've noticed that Cooper is a lefty.
Right.
As she hits the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Dell City coming off, actually both teams won their tournaments this past weekend, or last weekend. Dell City was up in Bartlesville. I don't remember off the top of my head where McGuinness was, but they also prevailed. They don't host a tournament like the boys team does.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Second free throw's missed. Quickly comes Hunt Smith with the ball. A nice cut by Hunt Smith. The floater is no good, but there's Bonds, the rebound. No, she can't get that to fall. Hunt Smith, though, she's really good at offensive rebounds for her size.
Just quick.
And makes a nice spin move there. That floater is good.
Nice little spin move. Little floater on there. Like you say, just a tough point guard, Sasha Hunt Smith.
McGuinness wanted to hurry there, and they turn it over. Tucker's pass was an errant one to Milligan. And now the Eagles can take a lead here. Irish looking like they're in some type of 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, they like to switch between that 2-3 zone and that 1-3-1 a lot, Jordan.
Morgan, 3. Bobby Lewis, 3 for Kamaya Morgan. Nice to hear from her. And the Eagles with a 7-5 lead.
One thing we know about Kamaya Morgan, she can shoot it, and she will shoot.
Absolutely. Her and Hunt Smith, you're not going to find very many better shooting tandems than those two.
Right. Then you throw McAllister into the roster as well. Like I said, just really good shooting by all three of these young ladies.
Loose ball. I think they're going to call pushing foul on Milligan.
Dale City's really looking to get out in transition, trying to use some of their quickness. They're causing a lot of fits on defense, trying to see if they can turn that over and put some more points on the board.
So we're going to have a sub for McGuinness. Molly will replace her sister, Megan. And then we have another sub for McGuinness that's going smaller here. We'll get to that when we can. I believe it's Abby Elder in the game.
Right.
Replacing Connolly. And again, this is a much smaller team now.
Trying to see if
but Hunt Smith is able to take advantage of the smallest player for any team.
Now, once again, Hunt Smith able to get right to that middle lane.
Tucker trapped. Now goes to her right. Gets all the way in the paint. Didn't get it. Nice shot, but couldn't get to go. And then she fouls Morgan from behind.
Ooh, nice drive by Tucker. Unfortunate miss, but just an unwanted foul right there. Probably out of frustration mainly, but that's what Tucker likes to do, drive it to the basket.
Part of the strength for Dell City, even though they lost a really good player with Paris Baker, they still have good subs, and Mackenzie Smithers is the first sub off the bench for the Eagles. Actually, they have two subs. We'll get to the second one here in a moment. As that three-point shot is missed and corralled by Jones of McGuinness.
Good defense.
Addison Uzi is the other starter or other player in now, a sub for Dell City. And we have the other zero in, Madeline Manning. So both zeros coming in.
The switch is just trying to find some ground for the Fighting Irish here, trying to see what works. Said the girls are running up and down the court. I can imagine a lot of energy.
It's the Eagles trapping. Three-point shot, airballed. And it was right to Smith, and she will waste no time, push the ball up, scans the floor, decides to reset it. Oh, almost threw a steal there. Getting in the paint, this is Uzi, her floater, good. Wow, that's the first time I've really seen her do that.
Right.
And, hey, do it some more.
Nice, by
Do it some more, Addison. All right, we have a timeout called by Coach Jade Carter of McGuinness. It's a 30-second timeout. Yeah, let's Right, during this timeout, let's go ahead and look at the girls' standings. And what we have is McGuinness is actually a half game up on Del City. Both teams, one loss in district play, both to Newcastle.
Right.
And so if Del City wins, they will take sole possession of second place at 5-1. McGuinness at 6-1. So, I mean, again, Gordy, the stakes of this game very high.
Definitely. Like you said earlier, Jordan, it's so tight up there, you know, and like I said, these are the 3 top teams, you know, in this district.
Yep.
So, like I said before, they are really going to be battling this game. Of course, we knew that, but they have a lot of games throughout the rest of this season, too, that are going to be really important to where this seeding is. But this game, like you say, this matchup is really going to cause a difference in who's seeded where.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if when these teams play again, if they'll be the final game of the regular season.
Right.
Valentine's Day on a Saturday, and will that be the game that determines final seeding, or will one of these teams pull away and clinch a top 2 seed?
Very well said.
And that kind of will determine if we cover that game or not at Bishop McGuinness High School, but we went there Monday. It was fun. All right, 3-point shot by Cooper and airball, and McGuinness has been cold since making their first 3 of the game.
Trying to see if they can find some ground in Morgan. Usually a really good shooter as far as that goes, but just not able to get that one to hit rim.
So here's Uzzy helping Sasha Smith run point. Makes initial drive, hands it off to McAllister. Now an open 3. Maybe Morgan actually with that handoff to Hunt Smith and missed the 3. So Sasha has not got it going from outside yet. But again, we feel like it's just a matter of time before she will. And now Sanaya Bonds, who had the first basket for Del City, is back in, and if she's back in, look for them to go to her soon. Tucker called for a travel, and that's just crafty defense there by Hunt Smith.
Just got just in a little bit of a rush, Tucker did, turning that back, trying to find the open man, just trying to think and pass at the same time. Just got to settle down just a little bit.
And I got to get used to Uzzy, because that was her who made the defensive play, forced the travel.
Right.
So
she's quick. That's one thing.
I don't know if Raina Lewis is available, but she might be the third player off the bench for Del City, but we'll see if she makes an appearance. Who's also a very skilled player. They're saying they were posting up Morgan there for a bit, but she'll just pop out. Now they go high post to Bonds. Will she create? She will. Spin move, left-hand shot. Oh, everything but went in.
Perfect. Pretty move. Pretty move, to say the least. Nice little spin move. Nice touch. Unfortunately, just didn't drop. But look like I said, Sanaya Bonds starting to get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more settled into the center position.
Jakai McAllister checks in for Uzzy. So the Bombers have 4 of their starters in right now, along with, I believe, Smithers. Here is Cooper. 3-point shot attempted and no good. Rebound by Bonds. And Del City looking to push it up there. The 3-point shot was attempted by Elder. McAllister. Bonds will shoot a long 2. No good, but look at Sasha Smith.
Just quick.
She's so good at that.
Definitely.
And then makes a nice pass underneath, but not being able to finish with left hands McAllister. And Del City, they have left a lot of points out there.
Great find by Smith, of course. McAllister, one that she'd love to have back.
Yes, she would. And I think we're going to have a 1-and-1 as the foul's called on Smithers. No, it's 13 foul, but the ref held up the 1-and-1, didn't he?
He did.
I thought, we were already at 5 fouls for Del City. Answer is no. It's just their 3rd foul.
Like you said earlier, Jordan, Del City really getting some good looks close to the basket, really kind of having their way on offense, just not able to get any of these to drop. Same thing for the Fighting Irish at the moment, just not able to land any shots.
Hunt Smith with a steal. Did she throw that too far ahead for Smithers? Who made a nice save, but there was no one teammate for her to go to. And then Molly Milligan was pushing it up and had it knocked out by McAllister. So the ball will go back to the Irish. We'll have another sub for McGuinness. This is one of their starters. I think it's Elliott Jones. Oh, man. Just now noticed Tucker is hurt. She is hobbling. She's off the screen now. But she is at the end of the McGuinness bench, and that would be a huge blow for the Irish.
Hopefully she's all right, but that's definitely their star player and one player that they'll definitely need.
Conway will now run point. She got trapped a bit but was able to dribble out of it. And then threw a lob of a pass there, stolen by McAllister. She centers it up. That shot's at the buzzer, I believe, and she couldn't get that to fall. So a rough shooting quarter for the Eagles, but their defense has been outstanding. McGuinness, I don't believe, has scored in the last 6 minutes. As we head to the second quarter, we want to thank one more time our quarter sponsor, Scrambled. And we'll head to the second quarter right now. You're watching Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. The second quarter is going to be brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. So, Gordy, what would you tell the Lady Eagles here when it comes to their shooting slump? Because that can get really frustrating.
That can definitely get frustrating, Jordan. But, all they have to really do is just kind of settle down. I think they're in such a rush. Dale City Eagles, they're just so quick and fast. Of course, they can get to the basket. But like you say, they just got to kind of calm themselves down and just kind of get back to basics. One thing I kind of learned about watching Dale City is that they kind of sometimes do get off to a slow start. And once they kind of get settled in, same philosophy, they actually put a lot of points on the board.
We saw a quick post-entry pass to Bonds, and then Connolly had an effective double team, but there was a foul called on, I believe, Connolly. That's why I don't know if Bonds should have probably looked to pass out of that. I don't know.
Right. I was just thinking the same thing. You could definitely use Bonds down in that low to kind of control a lot of the offense. If they can kind of utilize that a little bit more, they can kind of create some more space.
Trying to get Smith open on the corner. They couldn't find her. And then a bad pass done by Morgan to Bonds. So the offensive struggles continuing for Del City, though you do want to give credit to Bishop McGuinness for their defense.
Yeah, definitely. Coach has made some really good substitutions in, like I said, finding the proper amount for the matchups that they have. Like I said, the girls are doing a really good job of creating these stoppages.
Pass deflected, and is it saved? Yes, good save by the Eagles.
Good find.
And the floater is in by Morgan. They deflected the pass from the other number 11. That's Cooper, and quickly back comes Jones for McGuinness. Her three-point shot no good. Del City's been really good on defensive glass. This is Morgan, who has 5 points for Del City, a three in that last basket.
All right.
Now to Hunt Smith. Again, they lob to Bonds. Bonds. That's a tough shot there.
Tough shot.
Over Connolly. And Connolly comes away with the rebound. She
Connolly
crosses over. Oh, look, Connolly go coast to coast.
Nice.
She just cannot finish, as there's been a lid on the basket for McGuinness as well. And then a quick ahead pass. Bonds again spins. Nice play there. But Bonds got it back and scored. Abby Elder got the deflection, but she couldn't retain the ball. And Bonds scores for, I believe, the second time for 4 points. And the Eagles now up by 10.
Way to stay calm and collect by Bonds. Actually able to collect that ball and get that ball up. But once you get that ball, keep that ball up high.
Elder hands it off to Milligan. I believe this is Molly Milligan. Yeah, there's two Milligans in. Or there's two Milligans who play regularly for McGuinness. And then Hunt Smith looks to help out on Connolly, gets called for a foul, a reach-in foul.
Just a little collision there. Since Aislinn Tucker is no longer in the game, Mariah Connolly has become the predominant ball carrier for the Irish. Like I said, playing a little bit down low on defense, getting a lot of the rebounds and doing a lot of the dirty work on defense, but also trying to control the offense. So a lot of work going on right now for Connolly.
Well, Connolly has a big size advantage on Hunt Smith, but that's not necessarily a good thing on the perimeter like that.
Exactly.
Said something about I guess the foul was on Bonds. Just called her name. I'm not sure what they meant by that, but good news for McGuinness though. Tucker came back in, Aislinn Tucker. So we'll see. But she looked like she had hurt her leg, so we'll see how that affects her. This is Jones, and her three is long. Again, not shooting well. Let's see what we have, a jump ball there. So McGuinness was able to force a jump ball, and it will go back to the Irish.
Del City almost came away with another defensive rebound. The Irish getting some good looks, Jordan, just not able to get anything to drop.
Tucker lost it. McAllister, a thief on defense. Not a great pass, though, to Morgan. Morgan's able to collect it. Goes up with a wild shot. And again, Del City just not finishing real well, as we are going to have a foul on Uzzy, who came back in. Yeah, just not crisp passing at the moment for Del City.
Right.
But again, whatever struggles they have, the struggles for McGuinness are clearly worse.
Exactly. If they can just kind of get settled, trying to get something going. Tucker looks like she may be about 85% right now.
Checked by Uzzy, so yeah, that could be a big deal if she's 85%, but she gets to the basket.
Oh,
she
nice.
throws a wild shot, but she scores, so that may get Tucker going. Aislinn Tucker, again, who got hurt early this game, but she makes a nice move there.
Nice moves, nice handles, nice way to get to the basket, and that's definitely what it's going to take. Just like I said, not getting any three-pointers to land, but nice drive. Good
Hunt
drive.
Smith with a bounce pass and an easy putback in there. That's Ayanna Applewhite who just checked in. Now, she's 6'2", so I was wondering about her. I didn't see her play against Newcastle, but the fact that she's in there and scoring, good for her in Del City. The three-point shot by Jones is airballed, and we have a foul on the floor.
So may have called that on McAllister, but looks like she may have took the worst of it.
You are correct. But nice for Del City to have an inside player that they can turn to, 6'2".
Right.
They had someone like that in Shelby Thornton last year. She was a more polished player.
Definitely.
And now she's at North Texas because of it. But I think Ayanna Applewhite can really help this team this year and next as a junior. She's just going to be a bit of a project.
Right, just a great size. Good feet work.
Another three-point shot off the rim, no good. This time Del City clears it. Hunt Smith finds Smithers. Smithers gets to the free throw line to Morgan there. And now Hunt Smith will slow things down. Smithers dumps it off to Applewhite. Oh, nice spin move by Applewhite, and she scores. She's 2 for 2.
I like it.
Applewhite.
Nice patience right there, Jordan.
And she never played against Newcastle. If she can play the next time they play Newcastle, that's a big deal because Newcastle's got plenty of size.
They'll definitely need it to go against Old Maya, for sure.
Another rebound for the Eagles, and a foul is called. That's on Megan Milligan, and she will come out. Cooper checks back in for McGuinness. Is Del City now with a 19-7 lead?
Like I said, same thing. Del City's methodical and kind of spacing, out the gap when it comes to scoring. Like I said, sometimes getting off to a slow start, but usually kind of creating this gap where just adding on to what they've been doing well.
Smithers hands off McAllister. Again, they look for Applewhite inside. Applewhite has this shot rejected by Connolly. Oh, I thought she was out of bounds there, Gordy.
Oh, me too.
They didn't call it. And Del City somehow gets it back. They find open underneath Morgan, who scores.
Nice quick find. Like you say, thought she was out of bounds, able to go on a run, but Del City able to get that turnover before half court.
Here comes Tucker. She had Morgan on her heels. She kicks it out. Three-point shot, in and out.
Almost. I just feel so bad for McGuinness right now, unable to get anything to land.
That's Olivia Langston, who I don't think played on Monday, or at least not for much of the game. That three's missed. Oh, and a leak out for McGuinness as Connolly scores on the pass from Cooper. That was not good transition defense for Del City.
Del City just asleep just a little bit. Not really expecting that steal, but Morgan just quick.
Smithers handoff Hunt. Hunt, nice bounce pass to Applewhite, who spins. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Tucker. She was double teamed. She didn't see the double team come from the baseline, but it did. And Tucker was trying to go in for a layup. She has it knocked away, so that's a good layup-saving play. And we're going to see reinforcements for Del City, including another player that we didn't see much of last time I saw them, Ariana Bryson in. But they also are going to bring back Sanaya Bonds and I believe Tori Moore. We're used to those two. Baseline bounce play for McGuinness. Oh, no one was there. This could be an easy layup for Sasha Smith, who's the first to the ball. And she scores. By the way, if we have this, all replays brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. Let's see if we can get some moving forward here. Connolly throws up a tough shot, but she's fouled.
Dale City again picking up some unnecessary fouls, but I mean, like I said, just being a little bit aggressive. But like I said, making it a little bit easier on Bishop McGuinness by sending them to the line. But again, another good drive by Connolly, just trying to do everything that they can to try to get it to the basket.
So we're already close to halftime. Not many timeouts called the first half, as you would expect. Only one so far.
They've been running.
2:38 to go. Connolly needs to keep the Irish in the game. They need these Toonie Bice Houses free throws. We appreciate Toonie Bice Houses for sponsoring all free throws. And Mariah Connolly does hit the first one. Eagles and the Irish. Last time the Irish came here was 3 years ago when Sasha Smith was a freshman.
Really?
And they won the game. It was before district play. So they were in 4A, Dale City, of course, in 5A. They met again at the Titan Classic, which we're going to have coming up next week. McGuinness is no longer in the Titan Classic, but neither is Dale City, by the way, but we have some very good girls teams in the tournament.
Definitely. It'll be a good show.
So it's 23-11 here as we near the 2-minute mark. Sasha Smith will slow it down. Now she throws a bounce pass to Bonds. A low pass there to Tori Moore. Tori Moore bulls her way in and cannot finish. Rebounded by Cooper. And then Moore falls down, but Cooper still has several Eagles pounding her. And then a foul is called again on the floor. I believe the foul's on Bryson.
Again, love the aggression.
And the problem with that is you got to know you're in the penalty.
Right, exactly. Like I said, love the aggression, but just got to be smart when playing defense, especially for our subs.
2 free throws coming up here. By the way, we talk a lot about Newcastle. They're on the Oklahoma Sports Network tonight, all the way over in Altus. So hopefully they're getting quite the viewership for all the fans that can't make the 2-hour trek. Right. First free throw, Toonie Bice Houses is in, but that game, Newcastle at Altus, is on the Oklahoma Sports Network as well. You can see Elgin if you want to see some 4A action. Second free throw's missed, but Bonds could not get a clean rebound, and it's actually McGuinness who has it. And Cooper fires and misses the three. Couldn't get that to fall. Now Dale City gets the rebound. This is Uzzy going strong off the glass. Actually, that's not Uzzy. That's number 10. Oh, that's Jakiah McAllister. My bad, Jakiah.
Nice
She's
drive.
one of the starters.
Nice drive for sure.
It's her
by
first,
McAllister.
I think her first points.
I think so, Jordan. First ones I got down.
Yep.
But like you say, good drive, though, of course.
And then McGuinness went quickly after the make, and the ball got knocked out of bounds. Langston to throw it in. Throws it to Tucker. Tucker, she'll slow it down. She's checked by Sasha Hunt-Smith, so she's got to be careful, of course, but she gets a high screen from the other, from Jones, I should say. And Jones with the ball now. And then the three-point shot attempt to the corner, no good, but the long rebound goes to Connolly. She fires a three. That's no good. And Dell City can't get a rebound right now. We're having trouble with that.
Definitely having
out of character for them.
Right. They got the size in there, just unable to get those grasp on the ball. But again, Bishop McGuinness just a slump right now from the three-point line. Usually, you got a couple of those girls that are really good three-point shooters, just not able to get anything to fall this first half.
Molly Milligan checks in, and she will throw it in. And Jones open for a second. And that three-point shot by Langston is blocked. Dell City recovers. Morgan. Bounce pass back to Morgan. And she can't get it to fall. It's a good pass by McAllister, but now McGuinness can't corral the rebound, and that kind of shows you what type of shooting night it's been for both teams.
Right. A little frustration thrown by Kamaya Morgan on that one, but just a really good feed and find by McAllister. Just a little bit quick, but nonetheless, really good pass.
So Morgan will take a three. No good. And then Bond, she went out of bounds, and they're going to say that she just went out of bounds. She wasn't pushed. So the ball will go back to McGuinness.
Yeah, I thought she might.
Now she might be hurt.
Yeah, I think she went down a little bit sore.
So Tori Moore will come in for her. And Bonds will go away from the Dell City bench just to kind of walk off the injury, though. There's a hallway there she may go through. We'll see. But now they're gonna go and stop play right now as Coach Mariah White will go to check on her post player, a really good low post player. And we'll go ahead and take a quick injury timeout. You're watching Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Well, we see Mariah White go back to the bench, but it does appear that Bonds stayed in the hallway, or she may be taking the way around to the Del City locker. They're on the opposite side from the locker room. But we don't see her limping, so we don't not sure how bad the injury is. She is out, probably will not play the rest of this half, and we'll see beyond. Tori Moore may have just gotten hurt. She got hit in the face as Del City almost had a steal, and then, what a recovery there by McAllister. Morgan's also hurt. Boy, it's like a mash unit at the moment. Hopefully we have seen the worst of it for Del City.
Right, got a lot of bodies banging into each other, unfortunate. We see Tori Moore still kind of nursing that injury just a little bit. Looks like she got hit in the lip.
Hit in the lip, but apparently not bleeding, or she'd be coming out. Right. McAllister probably moves a little gingerly too. Save to Bryson there. And then Morgan will shoot a three. And she's rimming that one off. There's Jones out to Cooper for McGuinness. Cooper gets inside the paint, and they're going to call a reaching foul on Moore. Moore probably should have stayed vertical there, but definitely she swiped down and will get called for the foul. More Toonie Bice House's free throws. The Irish have been definitely the free throw line more.
Quite a bit. Not able to get some of these to land, but again, Cashlyn Cooper just trying to do all she can to just drive to the basket.
And Cooper hits another free throw. Cashlyn, only one of the tallest players on the team, not a big team by any means, is McGuinness.
Right.
And she can make an 11-point game with a second free throw there, and she does. We'll see if Del City tries to hold for the last shot as we're under 30 to go in the first half, with Cooper making both Toonie Bice House's free throws. Here's McAllister. Attacks. Gets all the way to the basket, but her shot off the backboard's too strong. Rebound by Tucker. Tucker goes around Bryson. Tucker gets the paint, and she's fouled by Bryson, who is bumping her probably a bit too much, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
Again, just a little aggressive. Get those hands up. Like you say, just get it a little bit set. But again, Tucker going to her specialty. Likes to drive to the left side of the basket quite a bit. Trying to get to the lane any way she can.
Yeah, huge difference in free throws this game. But Tucker misses the first of the Toonie Bice House's free throws. Should get one more. Del City has 7 seconds to work with if they get the rebound or this free throw goes in. They miss it, but Del City the rebound. This is Morgan. Finds Moore. Moore needs to shoot. Oh, that's not Smithers. Hunt will fire a three. Oh, she banked it in. Let's see that again. We got the tail end of it. There we go. We get the entire shot of the Triple Elite screen printing replay. And given all the shots that Del City couldn't make, this is one that they do. And they go back up by 14. Our replays brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. Find world-class design, hot new styles at Triple Elite. We are at halftime now, and after all said and done, Del City is doubling up McGuinness 28-14. We'll play some commercials, and later on towards the end of halftime, Gordon and I will talk about the first half, pass on some 5A girls scores as well. You're watching Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Deaths, we're rolling. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
All right, welcome back to Middale basketball at the half. Del City leading McGuinness 28-14. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones. And let's talk about some other scores going on in 5A, especially on the west side, of course, where we have, oh, by the way, Midwest City Alumni Night. They're making the alumni proud on the girls' side. They lead Guthrie 69-32. That's heading into the fourth quarter, I believe.
Whoa.
Carl Albert, your Titans, looking really good on the girls' side, too. It looks like those teams are going to be undefeated in district play when they play each other in 2 weeks. Well, there's still maybe a couple games left to ruin that, but
that's a good one. Though.
Carl Albert up on El Reno 35-13 at halftime. El Reno's the two-time defending champs. It's a rebuilding year for them, but still winning at El Reno like that is tremendous. And give credit to the Altus Lady Bulldogs. They are playing Newcastle with an 8. Newcastle maybe without one of their best players, King. I know she wasn't starting. I don't know if she was playing or not, but that's still very good for Altus to be able to keep it close.
Right.
Interesting about Del City. Well, first, let's just talk about the game, Gordy. You know, with all the struggles they had with Sanaya Bonds possibly being hurt, what a great liftoff that last-second three by Sasha Hunt had to be.
I bet. You know, she didn't call glass on that one, Jordan, but I think we might have heard something. But, like you say, a nice ending to a half that just really didn't go quite the way that they usually go. Usually kind of land a little bit more shots on the three-point line, but like you say, a really good finish to like a rough start. Maybe, like I said, a little bit methodical, but able to kind of create that gap and have quite a bit of a lead right now.
Now what we show, I've seen different things as far as Del City's schedule, but I know they're going to play Grind Prep on Saturday the 24th. Well, we can ask Coach White more about that when we interview her. You'll have to also ask about the health of Sanaya Bonds. But this third quarter is about to begin. It's going to be brought to you by Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance. And it will be Del City basketball. And, yeah, Bryson will be in for Bonds. So Bonds not starting the third quarter, maybe out for the game. That may be a good precaution for Del City.
No doubt. Definitely going to need it throughout the season.
They don't play another district game for 10 days. So that's Altus. Altus looks like they could be a tough team.
Right.
That's here. It's on a Monday. It got moved to a Monday. So you can have Bond. If you can save Bonds this game, you don't really need her until that Altus game.
True. That's quite a few days away, actually. Yeah. Then right after that, Newcastle, which will be a battle.
Real important game. You definitely want it for that. So a couple turnovers. It's a live ball turnover for Del City. Hunt Smith tried to draw the foul, and they didn't give it to her. Got blocked out of bounds.
Fighting Irish doing a good job tonight of just not fouling. Del City's helped Bishop McGuinness out quite a bit by putting them on the line, but Del City's gotten a lot more drives to the basket, just unsuccessful.
Tori Moore had a tire shoe. The inbounds goes to McAllister. They throw inside to Moore, and Moore had it knocked away. Good defense by Cooper. Moore did not see her coming, and then a save. I was almost a turnover there. It will lead to Cooper firing a three. She hit one earlier, I think, and has not hit one since. Nice outlet pass. Kamaya Morgan to McAllister, who scores.
There you go. Nice find and nice feed, of course, but good drop as well by McAllister.
By the way, to see you some stats, Sasha Hunt led all scores with 9 points at halftime, and Morgan had 7, thanks to John Adams keeping stats. First 2 points scored this half for the Eagles. Now we have an open three for Milligan. Off the rim, no good. And they're going to call who? They're going to call Sasha Hunt for the boxing out on Connolly. It'll be the second foul on Hunt Smith. That's a tough one to know who to call on because you could argue that the other player's going over the back. But
just trying to establish position, but probably just a little bit of a shove with the backside of Hunt Smith. Probably just a little bit too much.
Oh, you saw they got an inbounds pass clean to Cooper. McAllister got a hand on the ball, but it didn't matter as Cooper was able to finish. And then a three-point shot there by Morgan, a quick trigger, no good. But there's Tori Moore, the offensive rebound. Now ball fake by Morgan. Floater off the backboard, no good. She gets her own rebound, though, so another chance for Del City. This will be a third chance at it. McAllister gets to the free throw line as she got fouled. It does seem like they're trying to get to the foul line here.
Definitely. A little bit more methodical with the drives, of course. A little bit more sure of themselves. See if they can try to get some of these to land. But Del City is definitely getting to the ball, getting to the basket at will.
This quarter brought to you by Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance, as the Toonie Bice House free throw was missed, the first one. A local family-owned agency since 1978. Scan the QR code or give them a call at 405-733-7671. So McAllister will get one more. She's the youngest of 5. I don't know if you are familiar with the McAllisters, but they become a legendary family in Del City basketball.
I've heard you talk a lot about him. McAllister, just a tough guard, of course. Of course, one of the anchors for this Del City Eagles girls basketball team.
It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Back out of a timeout here. I was letting Gordy know about the McAllister family legacy.
Quick history lesson.
Yep, as
a lot of
5 of them graduated, or 4 of them graduated between 2021 and 2025. That's 4 and a 5 year span. McAllister, as Morgan gets the steal here, goes inside, shot too hard off the glass, but McAllister will graduate in 2028. So she's a little behind him there in that regards, but she's playing a lot as a freshman and sophomore, and she gets called for a foul there. As McGuinness came flying in for a rebound. That was Tucker who drew the foul.
Just a tough one right there. Just trying to reach that hand in the cookie jar just a little bit. Unable to get those hands up. Del City, initial approach, always reaching in. Keep those hands high.
Nice defense by Morgan. And McAllister gets the rebound off Connolly's miss. Here's Hunt Smith. And the three-point shot by Bryson is long. Rebound by Jones of McGuinness. Here comes Cooper. Are they going to cut her off? No, nice bounce pass to Tucker, but she couldn't handle it. It's one of those deals where, like you see in football, you start to do something with the ball before you catch it fully.
Look, she was looking up as the ball was coming to her, like you say, just ready to make that move.
Hunt Smith, nice ball fake, and then a good recovery defensive play there by Tucker to knock it out of bounds, and it will stay with Del City.
Sasha Hunt Smith a little surprised she wasn't able to draw the foul on that, but good defense by Tucker.
Inbounds pass to Moore to Bryson. They throw it inside to Moore, who got too far in the basket and it hit the bottom of the rim there. Recovered by the Irish. Connolly powers her way in. Nice block by Morgan. Another block by Kamaya Morgan.
Great defense by
Morgan. Out
Morgan.
to Hunt Smith. Morgan spotting up. They go the other side. Three-point shot attempted, an air ball, but there's Morgan flying in for the rebound. She couldn't corral it as Bryson, or was that McAllister? It was McAllister who shot the 3-2 strongly there.
A little bit short on that one, but
I was hoping with all that hustle from Morgan that Smith would go back to her side.
That would have been the perfect ending.
Yeah. Cooper, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound winds up in the hands of Morgan. Kamaya Morgan then picks up her dribble wisely, finds Hunt Smith. And now 3 by Bryson is good. A Bobby Lewis 3, and that's a good sign when you can get some points from Ariana Bryson, a 5'8 junior. And we got a foul called, I believe, on Morgan on the other end.
Just a little bit touchy, just a little touchy. Del City's got to get those hands up in the air, but really good three-pointer by Bryson with her first one of the day. But Hunt Smith doing a really good job being patient and finding the open man on offense.
Checking in is Addison Uzi. And she will pressure the ball. It's Tucker with it. Did not use the screen from Cooper. She's able to get a pass out to Jones. Tucker, good closing defense by Uzi. Tucker gets inside, but she's able to score.
Nice drive again. love to drive to the basket, able to get that one to land.
Sasha Smith to Uzzy, back to Smith on the catch, fire. She banked in a three at the end of the first half, but she hasn't made one otherwise, and she misses that one there. Here comes Jones for McGuinness. No good. You know, on those type of shots, I'm a big advocate for using the backboard.
Of course, Jordan. I mean, you're moving so fast. You have so much momentum. When you're throwing it up like that, it's just like I said, just bouncing off the backboard, just too much.
The players don't usually do that.
And we've had a lot of those tonight.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Morgan missed the three high, goes out of bounds off Del City. As, again, neither team shooting well, but Del City shooting better. Better enough, anyway, to have a 16-point lead.
No doubt. I said not landing the shots that they normally can make, but.
Nice ball movement for McGuinness off the press. And finishing there is Molly Milligan on the pass. I believe that's from Olivia Langston. And it's a 14-point game, back to where we were at halftime.
And Irish is, again, just like Del City, doing a good job getting to the basket, able to get to the rim. Some of those just weren't landing. But, like I said, Milligan able to get to the basket and land that one. Good drive by Smith.
Yeah, and she banks it in. I think she saw, a backup for McGuinness that doesn't play a ton, and Langston, who's a freshman, by the way. That may be all Smith Hunt needed to know.
Exactly.
She's being checked by a freshman. Let's go at her.
Got to. You have to.
And she got the 2 points there. Del City gets a stop. Back to Hunt Smith. Left wing three. No good. Rebound by Moore to Bryson. This is Uzzy firing well short on that, but there's Tori Moore again. To Hunt Smith. Another pull-up for Smith. Hit the rim several times, no good. Morgan the rebound, and she scores. Well, you just see that right now Del City's outworking McGuinness on that end.
Right. Good rebounding, of course, but another good drive and good put-up by Morgan on that one. Just staying with it.
Jones, no good, and then a jump ball is forced as a little bit of bumping, and Tori Moore, I think, is not happy with Cashlyn Cooper.
Cooper's tough, but you know Tori Moore, she's tough. She's been down there banging.
If they bump again, I think, Tori Moore needs to come out. I don't think that's a good idea on her part.
You got to calm down on that one. It's just not worth it at all, especially in a moment like this. I know she's probably a little bit frustrated and tired. She's been putting a lot of work in down low, but don't let it get the best of you.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Refs see that. They may want to tell you no in the firmest way possible with a tech.
True. Definitely.
Mackenzie Smithers in. She gets a hand on the ball, and that's going to be a jump ball forced. And Del City gets the possession arrow.
Aislinn Tucker, she's a tough one. Trying to do all that she can to try to help McGuinness out. Going for loose balls, driving to the basket, making some good passes. Just unable to kind of close this gap a little bit.
McGuinness looking to trap, but Del City handles it fine as they get it to Smith, and she can handle the trap pretty well. They go to Morgan. Morgan tried to throw inside of Smithers. Not really a great idea, and Del City will now turn it over.
Irish decided to go with that trap.
Yeah, first time we've seen that really from them.
It's actually working pretty well. They got some really quick feet on the court. As long as they can kind of put that pressure on, that'll cause a lot of havoc for these subs.
And Tucker beats the trap quickly. I think that's a charge. It is.
It is. Good job by Generica Thompson.
Yeah, so we're seeing some players we're not used to. Generica Thompson's 5'10", and if you don't have Sanaya Bonds for a stretch, then she's someone that could really help you out. And she draws a charge there.
Pretty good size.
Morgan almost lost, kind of did lose it, but Sasha Smith recovers. Now Morgan has the top of the key out to Uzzy, right wing. They're looking to go inside and Moore, but that pass is knocked away. Actually, that's not Moore, that's Thompson. And then I think a foul is on Del City off the pass.
Del City trying to use the same plays that's kind of been working, that first half when they, used the same with Bonds, and they did the same plays with Applewhite, trying to use the same thing with Thompson.
Milligan, here's Jones, open three, and again, after hitting the first three of the game, I don't think McGuinness has hit one since.
Not at all. I say normally a better free throw or three-point shooting team than that.
And then a foul's called on Tucker, and Sasha Smith is unhappy with Tucker, it looks like. So this game's starting to get chippy.
Definitely. One thing I knew, watching these 2 point guards, both quick, both leaders on the court, I knew it would get a little bit frustrating because one of them will frustrate the other one. But Sasha Hunt Smith, I said, putting a lot of points on the board. Aislinn Tucker doing everything she can to help the Irish.
Uzzy off the glass is a good look, but no good on the shot.
drive.
Connolly the rebound, and then she's fouled. I have a feeling when these teams play again on Valentine's Day, there'll be no love loss.
Right. You can see the tension level growing.
And then that's where, again, you need to be aware when you're in the penalty because you're fouling 90 feet away from the basket, and now McGuinness gets free throws.
Right. Just unnecessary fouls, Jordan. And, of course, not really sure if McGuinness would have the many points they have right now had it not been for Dale City kind of helping them out with a lot of fouls in that first half.
So Tootie Bice houses free throws, and McGuinness has not shot well from there. Mariah Conley shooting, probably without a doubt one of their best players, but hasn't really gotten going this game.
Yeah, just hard to get going. Dale City's defense is just so ferocious and so quick. Of course, they got a lot of substitutes in, but putting a lot of bodies all over the place. And like we said, we got people banging into each other, just making it hard.
A good rebound there by Cooper, who scores. That's got to drive Coach White nuts, but
got to close out on that one.
It's up 2 misses there, and now they're going to call an offensive foul on the post up away from the ball. That foul is on number 21, Generica Thompson. Looks like Tori Moore will come back in.
Thompson really trying to establish her dominance down on low. Like I said, just trying to create a little space and get some footing set. I said just a little bit too aggressive. Dale City decided to go ahead and go with the trap.
Well, they've been trapping quite a bit, and they almost get a steal there. Milligan, no good. Rebound by Hunt Smith. She's going to push it. They got numbers. Morgan, tough shot there, no good. That's kind of been the story for Dell City. And Jones couldn't quite corral it. And who will wind up with it? Uzzy gets it somehow. It was going to be a layup for Morgan, but Hunt Smith was there. She got the layup. That's all that matters. And Dell City is back up by 18.
A little bit of confusion, a little bit of banging down there. Sasha Hunt Smith being really smart.
Morgan deflected it. She wants that ball. She's going to dive for that ball. She's going to get that ball.
Just tough.
And then they try to get to Smith, but good hustle for McGuinness. Well, now Uzzy's got it back. So we have quite the scramble there. And now it's in the hands of Smithers. Smithers hits it right before the buzzer sounds. Let's see another replay. Do we have did our camera shot freeze?
Smithers able to kind of get to the basket. Using a lot of patience, able to drop the teardrop on him.
Yeah, our camera shot froze. We're going to take care of that real quick as we go between quarters. Fourth quarter action coming up on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here. We're going to update you on the scoreboard and everything else here. We had some technical difficulties we were able to take care of during the break. Big basket for Smithers and the Eagles as they're going up by 20. A three-point shot attempted and airballed there on the part of Langston, and then we have a turnover on Dell City.
Just a little too quick on that one, Jordan.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Titan Storage. More on them here in a moment. And we'll update your scorebug as well to the fourth quarter. Dell City with a 22-point lead, like to take sole possession of second place in 5A District 1. as Connolly couldn't get the shot to go. Rebound by Smithers.
Smithers has come in and do a lot of work on the boards, helping Dale City out quite a bit.
Yep. Well, she's an experienced player. She was playing key minutes on their team that made state 2 years ago.
Right.
Long three by Morgan. Well short. Tucker back to Connolly. Nice running by McGuinness, and they get within 20, now down by 18.
Nice find. Not really easy to get to the basket for the Irish, but able to kind of get that fast break, getting Connolly on the board a little bit more.
Hunt Smith gets to the paint. Oh, she wanted to find more cutting, or she wanted to find more spotting up, and Moore decided to cut there.
Right. Nice idea. Just got to get on the same page.
So here comes McGuinness. And then Connolly got trapped. It was a good trap, but the ball gets knocked out of bounds.
Right. McGuinness trying to figure out a good way to break these traps. Able to kind of move it down some of the sides of the court, but once Dale City locks in, they're just so quick.
It's very clear that Dale City will be without Bonds for the rest of this game. And it hasn't mattered too much on the scoreboard, even though I know the Eagles have to be frustrated with some of their shooting.
Right.
It's a tough shot there by Cooper. And nice rebound by Tori Moore.
Nice.
And then we saw McGuinness try to dribble between three players. Fortunately, Dale City retained that ball, and now they have it in the sure hands of Sasha Hunt-Smith. Smith looking for Moore in the paint. Instead, she goes top of the key to Smithers. They swing it. This is Uzzy short of three, and Moore was there but couldn't quite corral it, and it goes out of bounds off her.
It's not a lot of good three-point shooting in general by both teams today, but it's one of those things you just got to keep shooting.
All right, let's talk about Titan Storage real quick, and let's go ahead and take the webcam shot here. Real quick, Titan Storage, proud to be tonight's quarter sponsor as a veteran and operator-owned business in East Oklahoma City. It's their honor and responsibility to serve their community with care. Lots of discount options at Titan Secure Storage. Your treasures aren't just secure, they're Titan Secure. Go to the website, www.titanstorage.com, or call 405-987-8673 for more information. All right, Gordy, so McGuinness, not much time left down 18.
Not a lot of time.
What can they do?
What can they do? They have continued to try to use the same play, to try to get those outside three-point shots, just unable to get those to fall. But what they can do, Jordan, is like you say, just try to continue with this trap and with this full-court press defense. But Dale City's going to do the same thing, trying to put more pressure on McGuinness to see if they can try to get the ball out of their hands as well. So McAllister's going to really, they have to really do what they can, Bishop McGuinness, to try to keep it in the hole and try to drive to the basket as many times as possible.
Tucker made a good spin move there, but couldn't get quite in sync with Cooper, and they lose it. And there comes Tori Moore, open underneath, and she scores. Tori Moore kind of playing inside now in Bonds' absence.
Nice dime, nice drop pass for sure.
Not as tall as Sanaya Bonds, but she can be a force inside.
Oh, yeah.
No, Cooper tried to shoot that off the jump. She couldn't score there, but she gets her rebound and does score. And Cashlyn Cooper definitely has been McGuinness' most reliable player tonight.
No doubt. Normally a better three-point shooter, but like you say, Jordan, able to get down low and cause a lot of havoc on the boards. Just a tough player, like we said, down there banging, with Bonds, of course, but doing a good job with Tori Moore since she's been handling business down there. So doing a really good job trying to get it in the hole, but like you said, McGuinness is really going to have to buckle down and see if they could, try to get some stops on Dale City's end to try to close this gap.
So it's an 18-point game as, again, Dale City misses. McGuinness rebounds Connolly. A nice deflection there by McAllister. She almost got it away from Milligan. And we'll have another timeout. This one definitely called by McGuinness. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to Mid-Dell Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones. We want to thank John Adams for keeping stats, Blake Unruh for producing, and Brandy Thomas for working camera for the first time. She's doing a good job. And we're happy to bring you this game. Del City needs the win to go in sole possession of second place in 5A District 1 behind the Newcastle Racers. Very important. You want to finish in the top 2 so you can host a regional.
Definitely.
McGuinness with the ball, down 18. They get it out to Langston, who's played a lot this game. She finds Tucker. Tucker checked by Uzzy, who's also played a lot for Del City and has played pretty well.
Pretty well. Good on-ball defense, nice quick legs.
Tucker almost scored anyway in spite of the good defense by Uzzy, but she was just short on that. Quickly back come the Eagles. It's McAllister with it. McAllister to Smithers. Smithers, nice pump fake.
Nice find.
And then the pass to Moore was disrupted in a good play by, I believe that was Langston who forced it out of bounds or deflected out of bounds. But whose ball is it? It looks like it actually will stay with the Eagles.
Again, tipped
yes.
by Langston just a little bit.
Connolly will come out for McGuinness. Interesting sub there. They're going to run a play. They find Smith. Smith again, a good ball fake. Gets in the paint, and she scores and is fouled. Let's see that again on our Triple Elite screen printing replay. Triple Elite fun, world-class sign, hot new styles. Triple Elite screen printing.
Sasha Hunt-Smith.
Well, she's so skilled. I mean, she's one of the. I've enjoyed watching her as much as any player in Mid-Dell basketball in the last 5 years.
That is definitely the truth, Jordan. Of course, like you say, over these last few years, just made a name for herself. But like you said, just getting better and better each year and getting better and better each game. As you can say, just the leader of this Del City basketball team. But like I said, just another drive by her, which is kind of her MO.
The skills she has at her size are amazing, and I knew there was something special with her when she scored 31 points as a freshman in the first round of the playoffs against Duncan.
No doubt.
And in the next 2 years had some tough things going on. She was not able to be with the team during the first semester, and that put them a little behind both years, although they didn't really matter last year. They won the district going away, but you still rather have her, and then they're fortunate to have her here, especially with Paris Baker being hurt, a sensational sophomore for Del City. They miss her, but
which is big.
Yeah, the other starters are more than pulling their weight as they've been a hot team heading into this game. This is probably one of the less impressive wins they've had as far as playing quality opponents.
Right.
Because they won 2 tournaments since their loss to Newcastle, beating several quality 6A teams.
Exactly. Like you say, just a little bit out of character, but one of these wins that they definitely need. But, you know, the next time around, McGuinness, I apologize, is going to have a lot more on their mind to see if they could try to put more points up.
3-point shot by Milligan is no good. And when I say Milligan, I mean Megan Milligan. She's the sophomore of the two. But the big thing for Del City girls, will they get Sanaya Bonds back?
Right.
Preferably for out this on Monday, not next week, but the following Monday. And if not that game, when they play Newcastle 2 weeks from today, a massive game that we will carry on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Actually, we'll have both games on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I can't wait.
And Tracy Mussett will be there to cover the newly scheduled game on January 26th. That was only put in motion a day ago. Here's Hunt Smith. She got fouled, no question, by Jones of Newcastle. As Hunt Smith is kind of putting finishing touches on being player of the game, I think.
Of course. One thing she does every game continues to be herself, putting in a lot of work on the boards. Like I said, making smart plays, driving the ball to the basket, which is definitely her specialty, and great handle. And like I said, a few assists to go along with it. So, again, Sasha Hunt Smith just being herself, being the leader of this Del City Eagles basketball team.
And she hits another Toonie Bice Houses free throw. We thank Toonie Bice Houses for sponsoring all free throws. Toonie Bice Houses, we buy and renovate homes. We lease and own finance homes. And you can call them at 405-931-3046. Back comes McGuinness. Oh, what a nice move. And the finish by Cooper. Again, Ashlyn Cooper has just been a force for McGuinness. She just hasn't had enough help.
From convincing drives. You can tell Cooper is really just starting to kind of get a little bit more settled, getting this Dale City Eagle defense just a little bit more figured out. But like you say, normally a great player, showing a lot of toughness down the stretch. Unable to get that one to land, unfortunately.
Free throw's a problem for McGuinness. Really, Dale City hasn't been great from the free throw line, but I don't think. But Hunt Smith, softly off the glass, can't get that to fall, but it's been a much bigger problem for McGuinness. The Irish do get a stop here. They're down 20, 3.5 minutes to go. Bryson the steal for Dale City. Can she finish? No, nice bounce pass to Smith, who does finish.
Great find, great feed. Nice unselfish play.
So let's talk about some Oklahoma Sports Network teams. Not all the games are on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We handpick the games we really like, but there's even some good ones we can't get to.
Oh.
As that three-point shot by Megan Milligan goes in. Another Toonie Buys houses three. This I think, is the first make for McGuinness since early in the game.
First one by Milligan this evening.
Here's McAllister, finds Moore. Moore lost it off her leg. It'll go back to McGuinness. But anyway, Lod MacArthur has won at Class and SAS. Lod MacArthur girls needed that win. Carl Albert has beaten El Reno 52-28. Not surprised that see the Coach Ritchie's defense come up big. Noble has defeated Lawton High 51-38. 85 points scored by Midwest City, not too far away from us.
Nice.
Beating Guthrie. Midwest City, Carl Albert in 2 weeks. I'm licking my lips for that one.
I can't wait, Jordan. I'll be definitely tuning in.
Well, we want you to call a game too. It's Newcastle Dale City.
Oh yes, I would.
But you can still tune into that game just while it's being in playback.
I'll definitely be watching. Yeah. Usually when I get home late at night, I just watch them again, and this is how I study the great Jordan Rea, folks. Try to learn all his tools and tips for sure.
Well, don't overdo it. That's all I can tell you. That three-point shot went in, and just like that, McGuinness is within 16. Right. It looks
a little bit better, though. Not as bad as it was.
Yeah. Now, I don't think basketball coaches think about this as much as football coaches, but there is a thing called district points in basketball, and it's also 15, like it is for football. And I know in football it comes into play a lot. In basketball, it's different because you have more tiebreakers before you get to that. So
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, we're just to see if Dale City can hang on and win by the full 15.
Right.
It's not nearly as big of a deal. It was a big deal for McGuinness in football when they got in a three-way tie with Newcastle and Lod MacArthur in 5A District 1, and they came up at the short end. They had to be a 3 seed and had to play twice on the road.
I remember that.
Because they did not have enough district points.
I never knew about that.
It's a weird deal. Lod MacArthur has been involved, by the way, in three-way ties 4 out of the last 5 years. It's all about district points at that point. In basketball, it's a little different. We won't get into all the semantics yet, but
drive a coach crazy.
They still keep track of district points. Smithers gets the ball underneath, couldn't score, but gets it out to Morgan. That three-point shot rims out. 2:10 to go. Oh, they have an easy layup if they can get to Connolly. They do, and now it's – oh, she missed it. I was about to say it's 14. It is 14 as she got a rebound.
Nice find by Tucker, able to find Connolly.
And then a foul, a reaching foul. I believe it's on Cooper. Not many fouls called this quarter, as that's only the third foul, I believe, on McGuinness.
Dale City, not that they let up, but McGuinness is just not backing down, which is a really good thing because, want to try to play with some confidence going into this next game when they face up.
Yeah, well, they finally started some threes, and then Hunt Smith misses, and McGuinness can get in as close as they've been in quite a while since the end of the first half. It's Connolly. Rimmed out there. That would have been quite the thing if she made it.
Right. Some good defense by Smithers on that one.
And Dale City's still looking to push. Now Hunt Smith will slow it down as she finds Morgan. And nice for Dale City. We're looking at their schedule. They don't have no district game for quite a while, as McAllister tried to finish there, but she got to the foul line. So, again, according to the schedule, I thought Dale City had a tournament coming up this week, but all we're seeing is that they play Grand Prep on Saturday, September 24th in the afternoon. And they don't have a game this Tuesday. A lot of Teams will have a district game Tuesday, but heading into tournaments, some teams elect not to play the Tuesday before as the Tunibice houses go in.
Not scheduled to the 27th against Altus.
Well, it got moved in the last couple of days. So, yeah, it's gonna. I don't think the internet has not updated it, but I have been informed by both Altus people and Del City people that the game on the 27th has been moved to the 26th for Del City. Connolly gets the pass from Tucker, gets fouled.
Came in just a little wild on that one.
Coming up soon, we're going to have our Whataburger Player of the Game presented, and it's going to be, do you agree with Sasha Hunt-Smith?
Sasha Hunt-Smith.
So at some point, Gordy Jones is going to go down. This is going to be the first time we've had someone interview a winning coach and player other than me.
Right.
And I think it's only happened one other time in the last 2 or 3 years in Mid-Del basketball. So I'm excited about this. As Connolly misses, boy, McGuinness has had a rough night from the free throw line. Both teams are going to think, boy, we should have had a lot more points than we did.
Right.
And I'm going to go and suggest on the air, Gordy, to ask about the injury, if Coach White wants to talk about, to Sanaya Bonds.
Right.
The first free throw for Connolly is missed. And the second one. She's a really good player, but struggled from the free throw line. She's missed quite a few. Hunt-Smith has it now for Del City. She gets kind of triple teamed, but it's going to take more than a triple team to get the ball from her a lot of times. Not the same case for Morgan, although maybe she got fouled there. And it is the 15th foul, so we'll see 2 free throws. Of course, you know, isn't that kind of weird thing if you've been watching high school basketball for a long time that they took out 2 years ago the 1-and-1, and they go by quarter now, fouls by quarter like they do in the NBA.
Right.
Not for a half.
And it took me a while to get used to. Then next year we'll have the shot clock, which will be another thing to kind of get used to.
Oh, I've been thinking about how do we get that on the screen.
Right.
Basically, I just hope every team has their clock and shot clock together.
Right.
Like we do here. I think the Mid-Del schools will have that taken care of. I don't know if every other school will.
Right. It's going to take a lot of the schools probably a while to prepare. Ooh, nice drive again by Cooper.
That's Cooper. All right, let's go ahead and throw up the Whataburger deal here. Our Whataburger Player of the Game. Whataburger, it's on the Whataburger on 15th Street. I go there a lot. Did you know they brought back the Monterey Melt? My favorite fast food sandwich out of any of them. There's no better fast food sandwich, in my opinion, especially when you add bacon. Of course, bacon makes everything better.
Right.
But anyway, celebrate your game day wins this holiday, and beyond the holiday, of course, we got another holiday coming up, MLK Day. A big holiday for the schools.
Right.
Anyway, in the sweet blackberry flavor, the new Frosted Berry Water Fresher, we have certificates for that for the player of the game from Whataburger. Again, the address is 5925 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City, and they're open 24 hours a day. So now you really have no excuse not to go there at least once.
Right.
When it's open 24 hours a day.
Get down there.
All right, it's a 15-point lead for Del City. Looks like this game is in the bag as we're at 40 seconds to go. They're just going to play keep away. We'll see if McGuinness decides to foul or just keep trapping, or we'll let him run up the clock. Gordy, I'd suggest you go ahead and head down there, especially since it's your first time. But remember, the Mike Unruh has the microphone. So just turn it on. We'll have you ready to go here.
All right.
Down to 20 seconds. And Hunt-Smith almost got fouled there. Gets trapped. Throws it out to Bryson. Bryson back out to McAllister. And McAllister gets some pressure, but she will dribble this thing out. And Del City is now in sole possession of second place in 5A District 1. It was not pretty, but that's okay. They got the 15-point win against McGuinness. Final score 52-37. Del City will go to, I believe, 6-1 in district play. I think they played all the teams, and they will play them all again. Now we'll see how Gordy Jones does. He's going to need to hustle. He may miss this one, but if he does, he'll get the next one. Also, the tough thing about that is of course, girls can't stay on the floor for too long. So we're keeping an eye on that. The boys are already out. We'll take a commercial break here in a second, and we will have my interview with Chavis Smith. And let's see if they're going to get Coach White at least. And we'll go and have his mic ready to go. It's on. So I'm going to have my thumbs up here.
All right, Gordy Jones here with Coach Mariah White. Coach, sorry, I'm glad I caught you.
Thank you.
But no, I appreciate you having our time. Thank you for the time. Great game, Coach. I know it got off to a little bit of a rough start for you guys tonight, but able to kind of close out that win, get some really good stuff going. How do you feel about the victory tonight?
God, like you said, a slow start, slow finish. We put it out. We finished the game. We did what we were supposed to do. We need to tighten up. It can be better. I think we missed going in halftime. We missed 18 layups. So we did our job and got the W. But I know we can execute and play better because we are better. But like I said, we take it. We learn from it. We move on to the next one.
Right. Sanaa Bonds went down today. I don't want to ask about an injury, but how's she doing right now?
She's doing good. It's hurting right now because she's tweaked that ankle before, but she'll be good. That initial hurt, that shock is kind of like it's just scary, but she's all right.
Y'all got some big games coming up, Coach. I said you got Grand Prep. Is that coming up, or is that correct?
That's supposed to be Tuesday, yes.
Okay, so we were wondering if we had Grand Prep and you got Altus after that, Newcastle after that, so some big games. Trying to get this regional locked down as far as getting that home court advantage. So, is there anything that you really want to focus on going into these next games?
Just discipline, just staying locked in for 32 minutes. Making the right play, playing to the scout, doing what we're supposed to do.
Right. Well, the girls look good tonight, Coach. Like I said, identity. You can see your touch on all these girls. Like I said, really good job of substitutions tonight. All the girls play good, especially in Bond's absence. So really appreciate your time and great job tonight, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you.
We got your player of the game, Coach. Sasha Hunt Smith. What can you say about Miss Smith before you leave?
You've seen it. This is our floor general. This is our point guard. She's our point guard, and so they need her on the floor. Right. They need her voice. They need her leadership. They need her skill. She calms us down. She helps us play fast. She probably had a double-double with rebounds tonight. She's all over the place, doing her job. That's what she did. She did her job.
Oh, man. The rest of the girls did as well. But thank you, Coach. Good talk to Coach Smith. You have a great job. Sasha Hunt Smith. It's nice to see you. It's nice to meet you. I'm Gordy Jones with Oklahoma Sports Network. Great job again, Miss Smith. I've had a pleasure watching you. Jordan, we love watching you. You've done your thing, and like Coach said, it's been 3 or 4 years now that, you put in work being the general for this team. Me watching you, you remind me of Allen Iverson. A lot of control, a lot of patience, like I said before. But I've been watching you for a few years, and you've definitely been doing your thing. Going into a game like today, is there anything specifically that you focus on?
Yes, it's me just getting the team ready for big games, because this was a big game. We're tied at number 2 in our district. Both of us lost to Newcastle. So, just getting us mentally prepared.
Right. And like you said, this is a huge game between both of you guys are in playoff contention, trying to lock down that home court advantage. And like you say, you got some big games coming up. As far as, like you say, who do you have on the radar? I know you don't want to think too far ahead. You got Grand Prep coming up. But like you say, you do got Altus that you guys handled quite handily last time, but you never know the second time around what Newcastle is down the road. Is there anything, like I said, that you focus on specifically when going into battles like this?
We're focused on just wins, taking our time, believing in each other, building each other, and just developing our skill.
Right. Great job tonight, Sasha. I really appreciate, you having given us your time. Really appreciate seeing you on the court. You are our Whataburger player of the game tonight. And like a lot of other nights, you did your thing, and I really appreciate the time. Keep it up the good work. I can't wait to see you till the next time. Hey, great job. Hey, good night. Have a good one. Back to you guys, Jordan.
All right, thanks, Gordy. Let's go ahead and move on to the boys' game here. So we're going to take off those logos, and let's go ahead and play my interview with Coach Chavis Smith. All right, I get to be joined by Del City boys coach Chavis Smith. Coach, since I last talked to you before your Newcastle game, you've been in a lot of tournaments, and you've had some ups and you had some downs, but you've definitely played against some good competition. When it came to playing teams like, Jinx or Choctaw and coming up short in those games, what were some good lessons for your team in those games?
Great learning lessons. Shout out to both of those teams, Jinx program and Choctaw with Coach Simpson. They just kind of showed us where we had some flaws in our game that we needed to pick up. Also, we kind of learned a lot about ourselves. That's the one thing I will say. I don't look at them as necessarily losses. They were great lessons for us, and that's what those tournaments are for, to test us, put us in situations that make us uncomfortable and progress from those. And honestly, those two losses, I think, were the most beneficial for the season. Honestly, because it's not what I wanted, of course, but I think again we needed those losses to kind of put us back at the grounded area.
Okay, and in a win, you had a chance to play a really close game against Deer Creek at the McGuinness tournament. And late in that game, you decided to give the ball to Caleb Blackwolf and let him create, which I think has to be a little new for him because he's been more of a front court player than a creator like that off the dribble. What gave you the confidence to call his number in that situation?
Well, we had some changes in the roster recently, and so when the roster kind of shifted up, some younger guys stepped up, of course, the freshmen as well. And they trusted him. I trusted him. He'd been playing well. He was doing well in the perimeter during the whole tournament, and they had a hard time stopping him downhill. So he told me, Coach, I'm ready. So we made the choice to draw the last play up for him, get downhill, and trust the decision. Of course, he made the shot. It was successful. But he's been playing a lot better. He's getting his basketball legs back, man. He was really heavy early in the season, for football. Of course, having a successful football season. So now he's in that stride of where his basketball legs are coming back. He's a little more free, a little more loose out there. He's playing his game. It's been effective for us.
Yeah, you mentioned maybe a little bit of roster turnover, but I know you've been getting some good play from players like Marquise Fleming and Josiah Chester. And what can you say about those guys and some of the contributions they've been able to make?
Fleming's doing a really good job, offensively. He's shooting the ball pretty well. Of course, he has his little mistakes every now and then, his youth mistakes being a sophomore, but, being consistently bringing in about 15 to 16 points a game, he's done that. And, he's playing with more confidence as well. So, I guess he's going to be, I ain't going to say I guess, I know he's going to keep progressing throughout the year. Josiah Chester has came out and also helped with some outside shooting and defense. He's well known as a receiver out there on the football field with Coach Jones in the Dale City Eagles. But basketball-wise, he's a great energy guy. He stepped up as being also one of my vocal leaders on the team. And it has helped this group come together a little bit closer.
Now, you guys have been taking care of business in district play. You've undefeated. You had your big wins against games you could have lost against Newcastle and SAS. So what do you tell your team about these type of games as far as the importance of finishing top one or top two and hosting another regional?
These are the most important ones. Like I tell them, I don't say the tournament games don't matter. I just feel like they're good games for us to learn and progress from and kind of see where we're at, scale up against other teams in different classes. But I tell them these are the games that matters most because, our overall goal is to state championship. And so we must make sure we're taking care of business. And those district games to put us in the best position for that state championship run. Those district games have been great. Newcastle's, again, we've seen us play a great team. Class Nessa was another great matchup for us. Like I told them, I said, it's great to win the first one, but you got to do it again. And, that's where our mind frame is right now, is ensuring that we're ready to play those two teams again, as well as any other district team. Like we have Bishop McGuinness tonight. And, that's another game I have to go prepare ourselves for Jake Brown's team. And so I just tell them that these games matter the most because, again, it translates to our overall goal.
All right, mentioning McGuinness, yeah, they are right up there in the standings as a team that's, competing for a high seed and maybe a home regional site games. What are your thoughts of the Irish?
Our solid team. They're young. Of course, shout out to Coach Jake Brown. He's done a good job with those guys. I'm familiar with a couple of those players. They've played for me in AAU before. Good team, solid shooting, solid size. I think it's a game, again, we're going to have to play our style and, force them to play to their disadvantages and, take advantage of the possessions that we do obtain.
All right, Coach, we look forward to seeing how it goes. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Welcome back to Middle Basketball in the starting lineup. We're about to bring you the starting lineup for the boys game, brought to you by Precision Nutrition. Here is PA announcer Mike Gunner.
Varsity boys matchup between the visiting Bishop McGuinness Irish and your Dell City Eagles. It's time to meet our guests. At guard, a 5'11 junior, number 3, Timothy Ososanya. At guard, a 6'2 junior, number 13, Brody Parks. At forward, a 6'4 junior, number 14, Jackson Stone. At center, a 6'5 senior, number 20, Andrew Harris. And at guard, a 6'2 junior, number 23, Riley Sneller. Ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time to meet your Dell City Eagles. At guard, a 6'3 sophomore, number 3, Marquise Fleming. At guard, a 5'11 senior, number 4, Kaman Shaw II. At forward, a 6'1 junior, number 5, Kayla Blackwolf. At center, a 6'6 senior, number 23, Marcus Fleming. At forward, a 6'1 senior, number 24, Nick Holmes. Your Eagles are coached by Chevis Smith.
That's right, Chevis Smith, the new head coach for Dell City. We'll talk more about him. Let's show you the starters one more time for the boys. So a change in the lineups for Dell City. Keelan Barker is not starting. He chipped his tooth, so that's why we see Marcus Fleming. And then for Bishop McGuinness, they will be without the services of Nelson, and that's a big loss. That's Isaiah Nelson, number 10. He's being replaced by Riley Sneller. Huge loss for McGuinness. We'll see how they respond.
Right. One of their leading guards. But, with the help of Timothy Ososanya, they should be able to get the ball moving, but like I said, that 1-2 combination between both of those guards in that upcourt makes a huge difference. So Nelson's absence will definitely be missed tonight, Jordan.
We thank Precision Nutrition for being our starting live sponsor, and Dell City Chamber of Commerce for being our tip-off sponsor. They are the trusted resource for advocacy, education, engagement to help improve your business needs. The first quarter sponsor will be scrambled, and Bishop McGuinness will have the first crack at it. Here is Ososanya. They work the ball. That's Andrew Harris. Yep. This is Stone with the ball there, number 13. That's our Brody Parks. Back to Ososanya near the Dell City timeline. He's being checked hard by Caleb Blackwolf. There's no easy task there when you have Caleb Blackwolf draped all over you.
No doubt.
And now almost a turnover. And let's see, is it? It is.
One thing about Dell City.
Yep.
A lot of on-ball pressure, just a lot of athletic gentlemen on this team, even on the bench. Just a lot of speed, so you'll see a lot of closeouts on defense, a lot of traps, a lot of trying to force the ball out of the opponent's hand, but Dell City able to create this first turnover and get started.
Yeah, they knocked it off Brody Parks. Here is Kaman Shaw II bringing the ball up. He's going to come to the left corner. They're going to swing it out to Caleb Blackwolf. Now here's Fleming firing a three well off the mark, and they're going to call on the floor. Foul on see who was on.
Who's that on?
He may have been on Andrew Harris. I thought I saw a 0 there. It is on Andrew Harris. So Del City retains possession here. Shaw out to Fleming. This is Marquise Fleming, the smaller of the two brothers and the more skilled guard. And now here's Black Wolf firing a 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Parks of McGuinness. And here comes Stone, dribbles into the corner. That's kind of a dangerous thing to do.
Right.
As he immediately got trapped and threw it out of bounds. McGuinness is coming off a loss to Newcastle on Monday. They won their game at Santa Fe South Tuesday.
Right.
And Newcastle's a different type of challenge than Del City. This
different type of team.
Yeah, this is going to be a unique challenge for McGuinness.
When you're dealing with Newcastle, you're dealing with, a lot of height and a lot of size. Of course, Newcastle had the size advantage during that game, but when you're dealing with Del City, you're dealing with a lot of athleticism and a lot of guys who love to drive to the basket, but they can shoot as well. And here's the court general himself, Kaman Shaw.
Kick out. It's Fleming, a corner left 3, no good, but there's Kaman Shaw hustling for the rebound. Bounce pass to Black Wolf, back to Fleming. Again, there's 2 Flemings. That's Marquise. Marcus is setting a high pick for Shaw. Now it's in the hands of Holmes, Nick Holmes. Nice pull-up shot by Nick Holmes, who's playing really good basketball for the Eagles, and they strike first.
Right, had a monster dunk the other night, Jordan. I'm hoping we can see something like that tonight from Mr. Holmes.
Well, Fleming got a steal there off the deflection. Black Wolf to pick it up. Here comes Shaw. Shaw gets the foul line.
Nice decisive drive by Shaw. And one thing we know about this young man is he means what he does. Like I said, he comes to the hole with a purpose. He finds his teammates when necessary. Just a really good court general. Kind of reminds me of someone we just saw in Sasha Hunt-Smith. But Shaw, like I said, another court general doing a really good job. And like I said, you can see him developing each year, getting better and better.
Yeah, they're close. Yeah, no, they don't have quite the same number, but close to it. As
Right.
Shaw hits the first of Toonie Bice Houses free throws. All free throws brought to you by Toonie Bice Houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call us today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Shaw hits both. What's interesting is they have 2 good guards as Del City that are left-handed.
Right, that's rare.
Fleming and Shaw. As they go up 4-0, they press McGuinness. McGuinness was able to break it. Stone. Now it's Osasonia with it. He's being hounded by Shaw. Nice spin move.
Nice.
Then he falls down, and I think they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Shaw's got to be careful tonight because going against Osasonia is almost kind of like going against a spitting image of himself. Very similar point guard, size and quickness. Shaw's going to have to do all he can to try to keep him in front of him.
Parks throws it into Harris, and now Osasonia. Bounce past Harris inside, and this is almost a turnover, but not quite, as Stone was able to gather it. But then it is a turnover. Stolen by the Eagles. Woo. Fleming almost traveled with it. Now he'll pick the ball up and scoop it in easily.
It's almost 2E, Jordan, but Fleming able to kind of come up with that loose one.
They are flying right now, are the Eagles. No pun intended.
Right.
Elbow jumper, I believe that's by Sneller. No good. And quickly back comes Del City. Shaw, no good. Ball tapped around. And nice rebound by Andrew Harris. I'm sorry, that's not Andrew Harris. That's Parks with it. He gets trapped right away. And then almost throws a deflection. Nice hustle there by Shaw.
Not a lot of time left to get the ball across the court. Del City doing a really good job of trying to trap
Timothy Chambers, a 5'11 sophomore, comes in. And Del City will also make a sub. And that's Andrew Farrow, a freshman. He was not the original 21 for Del City. They've moved some players around.
And some numbers.
They have some players who are not suiting up right now that still may be with the team, but they're going through kind of like a probationary period of sorts.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
As what can you say about Del City's brand new head coach, Chavis Smith? He's all business.
All business. And that's one thing I love about Coach Smith because, stepping into the shoes of Lenny Hatchett, the great Lenny Hatchett, might I add.
Absolutely. 9 for 9. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but 9 for 9 in state tournament appearances.
Exactly, Jay. And like you say, it's just Coach Smith is really going to have to take on that same culture that Del City has had so much success with over those years.
Caden Johnson will also check in. He's 6'3", gives him some size. Well, it doesn't matter, even if he has some players out, Coach Smith will go to his bench.
Right. Just a lot of depth with Del City. we've seen earlier they have a really good JV basketball team, and I know that they have a good freshman team as well as they brought in freshman Anthony Farrow.
Yeah, it's good. It's always good when you can get some freshmen involved. Right. Off the inbounds pass from McGuinness, it's Andrew Harris. Hands it off to Sonia Harris, who had a good game against Newcastle. Finds an open teammate, and Del City was able to rotate pretty well there. Shooting a three and short on that. And a rebound taken by Holmes. Holmes will go coast to coast. Let's see that on the Triple H screen printing replay. Nick Holmes, everybody.
Nice little jam by Nicholas Holmes.
And I believe we have a 20-second timeout called by McGuinness. There's the replay. Triple H screen printing. Find world-class design and hot new styles. Triple Elite.
Very nice. Del City able to get out in transition, putting a lot of pressure on Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish.
Well, Gordy, you couldn't ask for any more than what you're seeing for the Del City defense. They've been pretty much perfect.
Right. Like you say, a lot of good closeouts. Not a lot of fouls being given, being patient with the ball on offense. Like you said, Jordan, doing a really good job by keeping McGuinness off the board, and that's kind of rare. But like you said, in the absence of Nelson, we knew it would be a little bit more difficult for these guys to get in.
So next time we have a 20-second timeout, we should show you the district standings. This is not the same stakes as it is from the girls' side, but still a big game. It's not 2 versus 3 like the girls was. This is 1 versus 4.
Right.
But if 4 can win, that being McGuinness, that would put up quite a logjam in boys 5A District 1.
Exactly. Still in the hunt.
Yeah, so it's an important game for Del City to fortify where they're at as far as being in first place and just making sure they're going to get another home regional, which they normally do.
Right.
In fact, they have every year almost under Coach Hatchett, and Coach Smith looks like he's on his way to keeping that tradition. They still got some work to do, of course.
Right.
And back comes the Irish Chambers, bounce pass inside, and McGuinness' first points.
Nice. Able to get that one in, but Luke Strickland.
Yeah, he just checked in, a 6'3 senior. Here's Caleb Blackwolf. He rattles in a three. A Bobby Lewis three for Caleb Blackwolf. And Gordy, I mean, you saw, maybe you saw the video of Caleb Blackwolf hit the game-winning shot a week ago against Deer Creek.
Right.
And then McGuinness, meanwhile, they're starting to get a little comfortable against the press as they get another layup.
Definitely.
This one made by Parks, Brody Parks, 11-4 the score.
Good decisive drive by Parks on that one.
Fleming pull-up, no good, and the save goes right to number 21, the freshman Farrow. Anthony Farrow gets on the board.
Good save, but unfortunately.
Yeah, you're better off going to bounce with that.
Right. You see quite a lot of players doing that and sometimes creating unwanted possessions.
Shot by, you see that was there. Oh, that was number 5, DJ Miller. So we're seeing some players from McGuinness we didn't even see on Monday when we had their game against Newcastle. At least didn't see a lot of.
Right.
The three-point shot is missed, but McGuinness will retain possession.
Coach Brown looking down that bench, like you say, using a lot of substitutions, trying to see what works, getting a lot of good work out of these guys. Like you say, the more confidence, the better.
Yeah, and Keelan Barker, who normally starts, will come in now. I think what I heard is he chipped his tooth. Took him out of the starting lineup, but he is playing now as Del City looks to throw it in. And I think they stepped on the sideline there, and it will be a turnover on Del City. I'm sorry, on McGuinness.
Nice idea by Miller. Just got to watch that line. Just a little touch.
So Blackwolf throws it into Shaw, and McGuinness shows a 2-3 zone. Farrow out to Shaw to Blackwolf, corner right. Blackwolf, jump pass. Now Farrow with it.
McGuinness Farrow, good job of closing out on defense.
For Barker. Now they swing it to Blackwolf. Blackwolf, cross-court pass. Pull-up shot by Shaw, rattles in. What a smooth shot by Kaman Shaw.
Good defense, but even better offense by Shaw on that one with the pull-up.
Chambers has to pick up his dribble, and he got maybe bailed out by Farrow. It would have been a travel if they didn't call Farrow for the foul.
Yeah, Farrow's quick and definitely aggressive. One thing you don't want to do is get himself into foul trouble too early.
Also, Sonia checks back in for McGuinness. And again, they really do miss Isaiah Nelson.
Right. You can definitely tell the difference, Jordan. Really trying to figure something out.
And we hope for McGuinness that he'll be back, well, the very next game, but definitely back when these teams meet again on Valentine's Day. Here comes Osasanya now as he's trapped. Finds his man at the free throw line. Lefty jumper, no good. Here's another lefty, Kaman Shaw. His shot is good. That's Luke Strickland on the miss. Kaman Shaw got the rebound and went coast to coast. 17-4, and Del City is humming right now. And another steal by Shaw. He is everywhere as he scores. We're having some trouble with our replay. We'll try to get that in a moment here.
That's something that's all too familiar with Shaw. Del City loves to put the pressure on, and Coach Smith does a really good job with his substitutions, putting these guys in position.
We're actually having trouble with our main camera, so we're going to try to get that going here in a second here. As that shot underneath is missed for McGuinness. Back comes Del City. It's Farrow. No
Nice
calls.
feed.
He knocked the player down, and he found Barker for the make. 21-4. Eagles are just dominating at the moment.
Right. Since Farrows came into the game, doing a lot of really good job up court, putting a lot of pressure on these guards, creating a lot of those turnovers. Sorry, Jordan.
That's all right. Miller almost turned it over, but Osasanya gets the back, finds Strickland. Strickland to Miller, pull-up shot for Miller, no good. All right, let's try to get this taken care of here. Our camera shot right now is off. By the way, we want to thank Scrambled, our first quarter sponsor. And we're going to try to get that back up and running. Okay, just a quick play here. All right. Got our camera shot back, and we'll work on replay here in a bit. Right. We already had a good instant replay, so Triple H got their money's worth from that Nicholas Holmes dunk. 21-4 as Del City, against his zone especially, you could hold for the final shot if you want to. We'll see if they want to or not. Here's Farrell with it. Now it's back in the hands of Shaw. That was Fleming who dribbled in and bounced past Shaw. Shaw almost lost it. Now the pull-up shot. No good. And that was actually Farrow who shot that. And then we have a foul underneath as Del City got the offensive rebound.
Sort of a
Barker.
Oh, they was just playing a really good amount of defense right there for the Fighting Irish, doing a really good job at that moment. Just a quick bailout, unfortunately, on the foul.
Yeah, Damari Norton is in. That's one I got to yet. Another freshman.
And he looks good out there, too. Del City has some really good guards.
They do have a lot of guards, that's for sure. Farrow missed the first free throw. The Toonie buys House's free throw. By the way, I want to tell you more about Scrambled. We're starting this game with Scrambled. That's how you should start your day, with Scrambled. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. They're located at 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972. Again, that's 405-900-5972 if you want to contact them. The free throw is missed, and the quarter runs out. Dominant first quarter for the Eagles as they are in firm command, up 21-4 on the Irish. We'll be back with the second quarter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma
And welcome back
Sports
to Middle
Network.
Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray joined by Gordy Jones. Second quarter brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamra. And Gordy, I don't know what you do if you're Coach Smith. What do you tell them? Just keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Keep doing what you're doing. You know, like they've been very disciplined, not really getting themselves into foul trouble, doing a really good job of their on-ball defense, staying in and off the court, controlling the ball well, being very decisive on their drives. Like you said, Jordan, just keep on doing what you're doing.
Now, I do think McGuinness is in the right defense here. But just a bad play for them as we're going to get this replay, hopefully.
That's
they may
too
have
tough
missed
one.
the shot, but it's a unbelievable shot made by Nick Holmes, who's having an outstanding game, as Parks just had a bad contest there. I was
Right. Parks
way over aggressive.
2 aggressive fouls by Parks, like you say, kind of bailing Del City out a little bit. You know, if he would kind of just be a little bit less aggressive, get those hands up. But like you say, lucky for him, Holmes unable to get that free throw to fall.
Bobby Lewis 3 made by Holmes. He couldn't make it. Tootie Bice Houses 3. Speaking of Bobby Lewis, another Bobby Lewis 3. This one made by, for Bishop McGuinness, Riley Sneller.
Nice shot. You've seen that one released going in.
And then McGuinness gets a steal. It got saved to Parks. And Parks passed out to Sneller. Sneller finds Parks. The right defense. So you make Del City shoot. Meanwhile, Sneller wide open. He made 1 3 already, but not that one. Holmes the rebound and had it knocked away. They're going to call a reach-in foul on the Irish. I believe that's on Parks.
There's a lot of elevation for Holmes on that one, just unable to get it in. But like you said, Jordan, earlier, the 2-3 zone has been very successful thus far for Bishop McGuinness, slowing Del City down and keeping them out of the lane.
Already a couple fouls on McGuinness as Del City in firm command again 24-7. At some point we will get you some scores around 5A boys. This is probably one of our marquee games, but it's been one-sided.
Right.
The number 1 team is beating the number 4 team. Of course, the number 4 team is also hobbled. Isaiah Nelson not playing for McGuinness is a big deal.
Right.
And Del City is taking advantage. Here is Fleming. That's Marquise Fleming, spinning, finishing almost with his offhand, and getting fouled.
Nice patient spin move by Fleming on that one. Just unable to get it to land, but nonetheless, really good move to draw that foul.
Jackson Stone with a foul. Carter Aiken, we haven't mentioned his name yet. He's in the game for McGuinness. As the Tootie Bice Houses free throws. First one is in. Tootie Bice Houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Stay with a cash offer, 405-931-3046. They're going to change the foul to Andrew Harris, their post player who was really good against Newcastle. We haven't called his name much this game. As both free throws are made, it's a 19-point lead. Here is Harris. Looks to finish with his left hand, and he does.
Nice.
So we are calling his name now.
Able to break that trap. And that was not easy to do, but finding the right man. Good drive by Fleming.
Fleming couldn't make the shot. Harris, of course, tight end in football, played the state championship game against Carl Albert.
Right.
Strong guy.
Very strong.
There's Sneller, gets the ball inside, and then a block for Del City. The catch that was a second, but Kaman Shaw with the finish. It was Nick Holmes with the block. Kaman Shaw with the finish. And again, Del City getting out in transition, back up 19.
Good block by Nicholas Holmes leading to that score.
Nice finish there by Osasanya.
Very nice.
That's his best play of the night. And again, Del City wastes no time coming back. A long pull-up 3 for Shaw. No good. Scramble on the floor. Harris got it for McGuinness and was able to save it for McGuinness. And it's picked up by Osasanya, who immediately is trapped, but he's able to get it out to Sneller. And now Osasanya will set it back up. But now looking there is Aiken. And then Aiken, I think, got fouled on the floor. Aiken was kind of lucky to still get that ball.
Definitely. McGuinness trying to do all they can to try to keep up with the same pace as Del City. So just getting a little bit ahead of themselves.
Speaking of Aiken, Hudson Aiken about to check in. I believe that's Carter's older brother. And Timothy Chambers coming in as well, as Coach Jake Brown's trying different looks here. Trying to find the combination to get his team back in it. Del City going man. Pass is taken top of the key by Sneller. Drives left. Tried to go up with his right, had it blocked.
Good defense.
Recovered by Hudson Aiken. And then a high pass to Osasanya, who's out of bounds.
Ooh.
That was Sneller, I believe, who threw the pass. And again, that's just
locked up defense.
The team speed, it gets in your head.
Right.
You can't really practice against it.
You can't.
Unless you have it yourself. Luke Dooley set the check in for McGuinness.
Just suffocating, Jordan. And his points are hard to come by, to say the least.
Looks like now McGuinness is in it looks like they're in a man defense now. Here's Shaw. They went under the screen, and nice. Shaw made him pay.
Nice screen and nice roll. Great shot by Shaw.
Bobby Lewis 3. Bobby Lewis surprised the great rates with 2 locations to serve you. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off there, Gordy.
No,
but
not
again,
at all.
McGuinness went under the screen and paid for it. As back comes McGuinness, it's Osasanya who gets into the paint and gets fouled. He's been very aggressive since he come back in.
I like seeing that from Osasanya. Yeah. That's definitely what it's going to take, being decisive, using that quickness to drive to the basket.
Well, his older sister was a good player for the McGuinness girls team. Played the Titan Classic a couple years. Victoria, so I'm familiar with that name. As the first Toonie Bice House's free throw is in. A lot of lefties in this game. Osasanya one of them.
Right.
And he makes the free throw. He'll come out replaced by a freshman, DJ Miller, who's already played a little bit in this game.
Nice quickness and good on-ball defense shown by Miller. It's not a bad substitution at all. Doing anything that they can to try to see if they can slow this Eagles team down just a little bit.
And we apologize again for having the camera issues we've had. We'll get back on here in a second.
Oh, nice.
As a shot is made.
Nice touch.
Kaman Shaw, he is like Sasha Smith. He wants to play the game again. He got it last time.
Did he really? That's right.
Yeah, just like Sasha Smith got it twice.
Right.
Meanwhile, what a block there for Del City. I would think that was Holmes. And look who is back there quickly scoring with his offhand. Kaman Shaw. How often are we going to call his name?
Right. Speed is just on a different level.
Yep. DJ Miller. Pass right side.
Great.
That shot's no good. It goes out of bounds.
That's 2 blocks in a row for Marcus Fleming.
That was Hudson Aiken who couldn't finish underneath, but it will stay with McGuinness. I want to remind you, you can also watch Newcastle playing at Altus tonight. Bad throw in there, and Del City the steal. I guess did steal it right back. And what a block. That's going to be a goaltending. That's an athletic play there.
Very athletic
by Marcus Fleming. He's 6'6".
Nice effort. Just a little too late on that one, but
yeah, not the skilled player his brother is.
Right.
But he's actually bigger and
great size.
Can make things happen in the post. Here's Caleb Blackwell. Pull up. Oh, I love that. Off the backboard.
I knew you would like that one, Jordan.
Right spot.
Perfect.
And shot it softly.
Very nice. Very nice. Using that glass, folks. Ooh.
Went for a steal. I have to say this about Caleb Blackwell. I mean, you got familiar with him in football. It's a little different sport for this, but he has the most interesting reactions when they call him for a foul, which they just did there. In this case, in the past, he would put his hands up.
I saw that facial expression.
Yeah, in that case, it was just a little trot afterwards that was interesting.
And he's such a nice young man. You know,
yes.
I even see him interacting with other teams. You know, like I said, he's just a really good guy, even better teammate.
I don't think he's ever been called for a technical, but if he doesn't agree with the foul,
you definitely can see it.
He'll wear it on his face.
Right. One of my favorite players. Yeah. I mean, just football, of course. You know, he did his thing this year. And, I mean, just watching him in basketball, you can see that he's gradually gotten better each game. Unfortunate with the miss right there. But
no, it was Fleming who tapped it out to Shaw, and then that was a miss. McGuinness who looks to come back after making a shot.
Ooh.
Some ball fakes. Now they will have it top of the key. It's Chambers. Will pass it out to Osasanya left side. Nice matchup with him and Black Wolf. Dribbling it inside and not able to finish is McGuinness, but they get the rebound. I believe that was We'll get the name here in a second, but Del City recovers. This is Fleming, who tried to throw it down with his left hand. That's Marquise Fleming, could not.
I think Fleming got up just a little bit late trying to go up for that dunk. Just took off just a little bit too late.
Rebound by McGuinness, but the pass is thrown away.
Good steal by Fleming.
Fleming.
He's got to slow himself down.
And Elsasanya tried to force a turnover there and got called for a foul. Jake Brown, the McGuinness coach, not happy with that.
Del City, they like to get out and running. You know, they like to get off and racing. Sometimes they could just be a little bit too aggressive on the end, but once they calm themselves down, they could be a really good offensive basketball team.
Jackson Stone checks in for McGuinness. And for Del City, they're bringing in Dallas Jones, a 6'2 senior. Haven't called his name much, but he's in now. He's wearing the headband, so it's easy to find. Also, this guy's wearing the headband, trying to finish there.
Again, freshman.
And that's the freshman Farrow.
Freshman Farrow.
And he's limping here, so he wants these free throws, though. You can be sure of that. So he'll be staying in for these Toonie Bice Houses free throws.
You've seen A.J. Farrow getting a lot of playing time, especially, these last few games. You can see that Coach Smith is starting to have a lot of trust, a lot more trust in these freshmen. Initially, like when you interviewed Coach Smith at the beginning of the season, the lineup was a little bit different. I don't think he foresaw, these freshmen having such an impact, on this basketball team. But Coach Smith has shown a lot of confidence in these freshmen, as well as Norton. Like I said, trusting him a lot, with a lot of minutes in this game. And you can see Anthony Farrell's making quite a difference since he's been in the ball game.
Well, I got to say, it's been really hard to keep up with the players for Del City.
Oh, yes. Same here, Jordan. Even just trying to take notes. They're switching numbers on us. It's not fair.
I know. I can easily keep up with this guy, though, Caleb Blackwolf, who gets the offensive rebound. Right. Tough shot, and rims out.
That was almost in.
Rebound for McGuinness. Harris, who got the outlet pass from Stone. Throws it out to Aiken, Carter Aiken, and Carter Aiken draws a foul.
Just a little aggressive by Blackwolf on that one. And another reaction by Caleb Blackwolf. But like I said, just keep those hands up, Caleb. Like you said, no reason to come down hard on that one. Keep those hands up, and you won't draw that foul.
That's his third foul. So when you have this depth and you're up by 21, you don't worry too much about having one player in foul trouble. But Blackwolf will now check out. Probably will not see him for the rest of this half. Josiah Chester, you remember him from football, will come in.
Oh, yeah. Really good player.
As Carter Aiken connects on the first of the Toonie Bice Houses free throws. Chester, number 15. It doesn't matter how much, even if you have a few players that need to sit out as that free throw goes in for Del City, they're always going to play a lot. And this is what Coach Smith did with Lawton High.
Really?
We had a lot of their games on last year on their road to the championship game.
Right.
And he trusted his bench.
And that's, it's always gratifying when you see a coach, like that. It gives the players something to buy into, and it's really hard to keep players focused. But when you have a coach that believes in you and uses his depth, like I said, you can get a lot of production out of your team.
Holmes with a missed shot. They got it back, and now Holmes has it and will settle down. We're at a minute and a half to go. And I think Coach Smith, he wants to get his team organized on offense, I would guess, and so he's going to call a timeout here. Let's see what type of timeout we have. 30 seconds. So I'm going to ask my producer, Blake, let's look at the boys' standings in 5A1. Del City's on top with a 6-0 record. Classen SAS had a big win against Newcastle on Tuesday. So McGuinness is tied with Newcastle for third place. So I guess I should call us 1 versus 3. Now just imagine the chaos that would ensue if McGuinness somehow won this game.
Exactly.
On the other hand, if Del City wins, what we're looking at is them firmly in first place and kind of a battle for the second place with Newcastle and Classen SAS, who've already split with each other. Unfortunately for Newcastle, their win does not count in district standings since that was in a tournament. And then McGuinness might settle in as the fourth place team. And that's how I would rank them, too. But just because we rank them that way doesn't mean they'll end up that way.
True. A lot of games left. Not a lot, but a lot of games left that can, like you say, sway the standings. But like you say, if Del City can come along with this victory, that will put them in position to lead that district. Newcastle's going to be a
Getting
battle.
hard there's Farrow, and he got rejected, it looks like. Also, Sonia tried to get to Harris, who almost went out of bounds with it, but he's able to get to Stone. Nice pump fake, and the shot no good there by Sneller. And then we got an offensive rebound, and McGuinness getting to the free throw line.
Not sure who's that's on yet, but either Fleming or Holmes, but kind of a bailout play, kind of making it easy on Carter Aiken.
Yeah. Carter Aiken will shoot free throws. Toonie buys houses free throws. Toonie buys houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you need to lease or own or finance a home, please call them at 405-931-3046. And this quarter brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara. Have you missed the bail on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. And just to talk again about district standings, the fact that Del City could be undefeated halfway through district play, which is what they would be if they win this game, just says a lot to Coach Smith. And the fact that this team, we just didn't know what to expect because they had so many new players.
Right. So many new players. And then, like I said, they've had some battles, in some of these tournament games that, they've come up with some losses, with the record, like I said, 5 losses, but against quality teams at that. So you can tell with those losses, they've learned a lot. And like you said, Coach Smith is really just trying to find the identity of his team and find the identity of these players.
And they're letting some of the more inexperienced players get some run here and try to score. Josiah Chester, that was his first real attempt at trying to finish. He got bumped, no foul called, and we'll go back to McGuinness. But I think anyone who comes in the game has a chance to make a difference on offense for Del City.
I was just thinking that. And one thing, you see with a team that has such depth, Jordans, is like they are very unselfish. Like I said, even though they do have star players and they have players that can get their own shot, they are very unselfish with the ball, and they do move the ball. And that does say a lot about Coach Smith and the culture that he is instilling in these teams.
Chester keeps trying to score. He missed there. And now a leak out. Osasanya with an easy layup. And McGuinness gets within 17. I don't think Coach Smith is too happy with how this quarter's ending. It's otherwise been a good quarter for Del City as they're going to get a late 3. And they will not make that one in like Sasha and Smith did in the girls' game. By the way, you can go back and play back and watch the end of the first half of the girls' game where Sasha and Smith made a near half-court shot at the buzzer. No such luck here for Del City, but they are in firm command, up 37-20 on the Irish. All right, we will be back momentarily. We're going to play a few commercials and then take a longer break as we are down at halftime. You are watching Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
All right, welcome back to Mid-Dell Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. At the half, Del City leads Bishop McGuinness 37-20. Some scores to pass on in 5A boys. Midwest City in command against Guthrie, 72-54 in the fourth quarter. Duncan leading Santa Fe South 47-41 in the fourth. And then looking at the west side, Classen SAS with a big win Tuesday at Newcastle is up by 16 against Loud MacArthur at home, 40-24. Here's the interesting game to watch. We don't have a score real quick from Newcastle Altus, but that game's on the Oklahoma Sports Network, so you can easily tune in to get an update there. Carl Albert at El Reno at halftime. The game is tied at 38. Gordy, interesting thing about that is El Reno boys have gotten really frisky after a rough start early on. You know, when we had their game against Midwest City about 10 days ago, they were up by 6 at halftime of that one. So, you know, Carl Albert, I mean, you could say, well, what's wrong with them? Well, Midwest City had a similar problem, and they came up with a strong second half.
Right.
We'll see what Carl Albert does, but I'm kind of, for Midwest City's sake, I'm glad they're done playing El Reno. As both boys and girls had a rebuilding year,
but 2 tough games.
Yeah, but they won't stay down for long.
Right.
In basketball, talking about El Reno.
Always, you know, comes with a really good group of athletes, and that's one thing you can expect from El Reno.
Yeah. Now, as far as this game goes, again, we've talked about the stakes a little bit. We'll do some more. So McGuinness tied for third district behind Del City, and you know, it's like the Eagles, Gordy, kind of knew that McGuinness was kind of wounded.
Right.
Without one of their best players, Isaiah Nelson, they call him Zay. And it's like Del City knew, hey, we could pressure this team and we could really get them out of rhythm, and they did.
Attacking the guards, of course, and Coach Smith doing a really good job, you know, with his rotations and with his substitutions. But like you mentioned, Isaiah Nelson, a lot of these players, you know, they play AAU ball and they see Nelson quite a bit. So a lot of familiarity with these teams, you know, when they're playing against each other individually. So, of course, you know, they knew exactly what to attack when they're playing against Bishop McGuinness, because Bishop McGuinness does rely heavily on guard play with not a lot of size, but Del City being so quick and actually having a little bit of size, they've actually used that to their advantage. Like I said, we've seen a little bit of motion, you know, of course, Shaw doing his thing, but Del City's been really good on the boards and, like I said, really disciplined on the defensive end, stopping Bishop McGuinness really from getting off anything.
And what we have for you as far as stats go is we credit John Adam for keeping them. Kamon Shaw with 17 points unofficially here. Osasuna leads McGuinness with 5. All right, we're now ready to start the third quarter, which is brought to you by Patrick Newby. More on him in a moment. Del City looks like they're going to start out in a zone on defense. Here's Andrew Harris. Floater. Rims in. Nice play for McGuinness.
Nice little start. Good job by Harris, able to get that one to land.
By the way, Timothy Chambers is in the starting lineup. Usually you have your starters out there. Timothy Chambers did not start this game, but he's going to start the third quarter.
I noticed that.
For the Irish. They go inside, and that's Fleming, Marcus Fleming, the bigger of the two. He scores on a crash to the basket on a pick and roll 2-man game with Shaw.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot, but that's one thing that Del City is definitely going to need for the rest of the season is really good down-low play by Fleming.
Blackwolf got the deflection, scrambled for the ball. Marquise Fleming tried to get it. He could not. Osasuna has it. His pass to Harris knocked away by Marcus Fleming, and the ball will stay with the Irish.
Say the Irish is getting a little bit too antsy. They're trying to get under control.
Nice seal there for Sneller, and he got fouled from behind.
Just caught slipping. Just Del City, Marquise Fleming just out of position, unfortunately behind the defender.
Reminder, all free throws brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses. Tooney Buys Houses, we buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call us today at 405-931-3046 with a cash offer. As the first free throw is in by Riley Sneller. He was the one who started this game in place of Isaiah Nelson. He'll stay in it. Obviously, he's starting the third quarter, and he hits both free throws. This is as close as McGuinness has been in a while, down 15.
Right.
Here is Kamon Shaw. Dribbling towards the right side. Gets a screen from Blackwolf. Room to attack. Pull up a shot at the free throw line. Come on, Shaw.
Right. Just on fire. And just a really good look. A better screen, of course, by Blackwolf to lead to the shot. But Shaw is just the touch on fire.
So he already has an assist and a basket to start off this third quarter.
Right.
That ball gets deflected out of bounds.
That's one thing I love about watching I'm sorry, Jordan. One thing I love about Shaw, like I said, just nonstop, just a machine.
They tried him out to Harris, but Marcus Fleming takes it away. He's going to try to find his brother, and his brother will finish on the other end. Nice brother-to-brother passing there.
Nice punch in.
And Del City back up 19. Osasonia. I'm not sure who's trying to pass to there. Also in the game now, Carter Aiken, who did not start. Nice hustle by Shaw.
It's so fast.
Yeah, so who's not in? Jackson Stone did not start this third quarter. We already have an early sub for Del City as Keelan Barker will come in. And there's Parks throwing it out to Osasonia. It's a nice idea by Parks, but Shaw read it, and Shaw doing everything with a steal. Will he get an assist? No, that Harris with the block there. But as Blackwell tried to lay up on the right side with his, or left side with his right hand, and then Del City recovered though and got fouled. And Barker will head to the free throw line for Toonie Bicehouse's free throws.
His first free throw attempts for the night. Like you say, Shaw just doing a really good job putting the ball on the floor, controlling this offense.
And Barker connects on the first free throw. Well, if you want to know about what's next for next week, we've got 2 words for you as far as basketball in the Oklahoma Sports Network up here in the Mid-Del area. The Titan Classic.
Oh, yes.
24 games on the network, featuring a bunch of teams in 5A and 6A, and what I would like to call a mystery team from Kansas on the boys' side.
Right.
Piper, Kansas, but last time I looked up their record, it was outstanding, so cannot wait to see what they're like.
Definitely. Really be some really good ball games between girls and boys. Just really looking forward to seeing a lot of those teams in person.
Here's McGuinness trying to get something going. Sneller throws it out. That's Stone shooting a 3, and it goes over the backboard. It will go to Del City. McGuinness going to show press for one of the few times. Not much pressure, though, just extending their defense out some.
Try to see if they can slow Del City down. Del City's been able to get a few points this quarter, but just a little loose with the ball.
One of the few bad plays by Shaw as it's taken by McGuinness. And scoring and finishing there is Carter Aiken. Nice play by Carter Aiken, a sophomore. And he has looked good this quarter.
Definitely. Some good drives by Aiken. Nice, tough moves by a sophomore. Physical play. That's what it's definitely going to take playing against the Eagle team like this.
Toonie Bicehouse's free throws, triple H screen printing replay, and the third quarter brought to you by Patrick Nibby Farmers Insurance, a local family-owned agency since 1978. Scan the QR code or give them a call at 405-733-7671 for a free quote. Say this, if you see a QR code on the screen, you need to scan it and see what it's about.
Definitely.
Just an automatic roll.
Definitely. And it's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I hope we get more advertisers to do that. Aiken short on that free throw, and it will stay a 19-point lead for the Eagles. Shaw hurries it to Blackwolf. Oh, nice change of direction by Blackwolf, but he couldn't finish with his left hand.
Definitely like the move.
Maybe one thing he needs to work on, Caleb Blackwolf, is finishing with his left some. Meanwhile, McGuinness, though, tried to rush the ball to Brody Parks, and it was a bad pass, and it goes back to Del City. It's like McGuinness in a 3-2 zone or something similar. Now looks 2-3-ish. It may just be a man.
Maybe man.
Right. It just looked like a zone because of where Del City was. Here's Shaw off the handoff, and he can't get that to go. And rebound Del City. It will go and stay with Del City. I think Nick Holmes was there for the offensive rebound.
Holmes and Barker doing a good job they're doing a really good job underneath. Sometimes just not able to get a good grasp on the ball.
Blackwolf. Now that's what Caleb Blackwolf likes to do. He's a physical player.
Right.
And is able to draw a foul on the floor. Sneller with a foul call. Second team foul McGuinness this quarter. Shaw to inbound it. Throws it up high to Blackwolf. Blackwolf catches it cleanly. And now Shaw will look to make something happen, getting the screen from Marquise Fleming. And Marquise Fleming left hands a three in there, but it's no good. Another offensive rebound for Barker. And another chance for Del City to score on this trip. It's Marquise Fleming again. Nowhere to go with it. Threw it out to Holmes. It's reversed. It's Blackwolf. Corner left three. No good. Rebound Osasanya, though he's trying to dribble between a few players. It's risky, but he does get it out. And turnaround shot by Snelly. No good. Rebound by McGuinness. That's Parks who throws it in. Off the miss from that's Sneller, not Snelly. My mistake. And McGuinness will call a timeout here. It's a 6-second timeout, so we'll take a break as well. You're watching Middle Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to Middle Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones out of a timeout. McGuinness down 17. Not one to give up yet.
Oh, no.
But they're going to have to really execute well if they want to catch up against this Eagle team that looked really good for much of this game.
Right. You can see Coach Smith really wanting Del City to try to get this offense running just a little bit, see if he can run some of these plays because, going into next week they have some big battles. So you can tell Coach Smith is really wanting to make sure that they got it down packed.
2 weeks is the next really big Del City game when we go to Newcastle. It's big for both the girls and the boys teams. That's 3-point shot by Nick Holman's no good. Here comes Osasanya back. Tough fadeaway three there by Sneller, no good. And ball's knocked out of bounds. It's off Del City, so another possession for the Irish. Look to Andrew Harris, who gets a pick. They don't find him. They throw it out to Osasanya. Nice battle between him and Shaw. Now here's Harris looking to bulls away the basket. Nice pass to Strickland.
Ooh.
But they can't finish. Strickland's able to recover, but he's hounded. Oh, nice pass. Parks couldn't quite get a shot off there, but McGuinness will retain possession. Here's Strickland. The shot. Rims out. Putback. Actually, that's Strickland. Snelly with a miss there, and it's a good possession for McGuinness. They stayed with it, got the offensive rebound. They're going to get another trip to the free throw line.
Definitely.
As Luke Strickland, 6'3" senior, is giving some good minutes here.
Sneller doing a really good job trying to get off his shot, but good job by Strickland to come with the follow-up. One thing that Strickland, Bishop McGuinness has done a really good job on the offensive boards. Like I said, it's really hard to come by as far as points go, but they've done a really good job of recovering and getting these second-chance opportunities.
And you see another left-handed player.
Right, another one.
It's been quite a few.
That is
on
rare.
Both teams, yeah.
Right.
Well, I remember when I was assistant coach at Midwest City one year, we had like 6 lefties, and their current head coach, Tori Noel's a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
But amongst the 6 lefties included All-State sensation J.D. Ray.
Oh, exactly.
If you ever heard of him, but he was a great player. Anyway, that second free throw's missed, and back come the Eagles. It's Blackwolf, and he powers his way to the basket and is fouled. We mentioned this in the first half, but one of the recent games for Del City when they played in the McGuinness tournament, they never played McGuinness in the tournament. They did play a common opponent in Deer Creek, and late in the game, I think it was less than 10 seconds to go down 1, And the player that Del City called on to create is Caleb Blackwolf. And I was kind of a little surprised by that just because I don't consider him a guard.
Right.
Or at least I hadn't when I saw him play last year and with
Right.
El Reno 2 years ago. But this year, he definitely has polished his guard skills.
For sure. There's a lot of good tendencies, like you say, not a point guard, but like
No.
you say, really good with the ball in his hands and able to kind of create his own shot.
I think he's naturally an inside player.
For sure.
Who has the speed and athleticism to develop into a guard, and he has been doing that. He misses the free throws, though, and back comes McGuinness looking to get within 15. Toonie Bice-House's free throws no good for Blackwolf. Oh, what a pass by, and I would say what a pass, I don't mean that as a compliment, as Osa Sonia just airmailed that over the head of Jackson Stone.
Good idea with where he was trying to go. Just a little bit too much muscle underneath that one.
I'm going to say it was way too much muscle. There.
Too much.
That's me.
Just a little bit.
All right, we have a 30-second timeout called by Del City here. So, Gordy, not a lot is happening this quarter that makes me think McGuinness can get back into it. Is there anything that could change that?
Right. Like you say, I don't think Coach Smith is going to allow that to happen, as far as letting Del City kind of get out of sorts, because they definitely are on a mission. They do have some business to handle later on in the season. McGuinness is really going to have to kind of do what they have been doing, is hitting those boards as hard as they can, really trying to be decisive and getting those shots off. Unfortunately, they've kind of settled for some shots, but they're not really getting the rebounds on that end where Del City is able to kind of create that transition and get that ball down court. But like I said, Del City hasn't really put up a lot of points this quarter either. But like I said, McGuinness is really going to have to do what they can to try to see if they can get some more stops on the defensive end and see if they can kind of push that ball on the inside.
Quickly coming out of the timeout for Del City. Let's see if they run a set play. This is Holmes. Tough turnaround, but he swished it. We haven't called his name much lately, but Nick Holmes has shown a really good game, and he makes that shot.
That was a nice athletic turnaround shot.
Go inside to Strickland. Nice cut by Parks, but Parks' shot's no good. But there's the big Andrew Harris with the rebound. That's actually Jackson Stone who made the cut there. And Harris will get fouled.
Harris has been doing a good job down there. Sorry, Jordan.
It's all right. Fourth team foul in Del City, so with 2:19 to go. We'll see if they defend any differently now, knowing that they're in the penalty.
Right.
Especially away from the basket. As Harris rattles in the first of the Toonie Bice-House's free throws. And McGuinness gets to 30.
And that's definitely another way for McGuinness to put some points on the board, is by getting to that foul line. Del City would definitely want to keep him out of that penalty, but they're doing a really good job, like I said, getting some rebounds and kind of creating these second chance opportunities to try to put some points on the board.
Now there's an interesting situation going on. They're trying to bring in Damari Norton, and I guess he had something wrong with his uniform. He's going to leave the floor.
Right.
Well, I have a hard time believing there was blood on it or anything. Maybe there's something wrong with it.
Not sure.
I don't know what it could be. I was about to say shoes, but that doesn't make sense.
He's coming back, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. But anyway, Del City gets the ball now. Blackwolf pull-up shot, no good. I think McGuinness likes their zone defense against Del City.
Oh,
I would
definitely.
expect them to stay with it.
Right.
Harris has it left corner to Aiken, Carter Aiken.
In the first half, they really weren't cutting, and like you say, you could see a lot of people were standing around, but now they're trying to use their cuts to try to create this space. But Del City just so quick on the closeout, just not giving them those opportunities that they are looking for.
Now it's Osasonia at the top. Gets to the paint, goes up with his right hand. He's a lefty. Got fouled, hit the ground hard, and he's hurt along the baseline. Bit out of our camera view, which is fine. He is gonna get up.
A little slow to get up, but nice drive by Osasonia. That's what it's going to take, Jordan. The rest of this game, they're going to have to, like I said, do what they can to try to drive as much as they can to the basket to try to create these fouls and keep Del City in foul trouble and keep themselves on the line.
Well, I tell you, it's true of the girls' team and this team. They haven't been great from the free throw line. As Osasonia misses that one. Now, in his defense, he doesn't look like he's feeling great at the moment.
Yeah, just unable to get a lot of free throws to land on all ends.
Oh, he missed both. Black with the rebound. By the way, we got Kamon Shaw at 19 points.
Really good.
And hasn't done a whole lot since the early part of this quarter, but
it's kind of calmed down a little bit.
And part of it is against his zone is forced turnovers like that.
Right.
That's Stone with it. Gets it out to Andrew Harris. And they look to find Harris cutting, and who's that going to be off of? It's off Harris. That pass was just a little too far out in front of him.
It's like Parks trying to go with the no look.
Yep, and good help defense from Caden Johnson, who just checked in for Del City. And the ball will go back to the Eagles. So offense hasn't been great this quarter for the Eagles, but their defense has helped them keep this lead.
It's like Norton's back in the game. It's like everything is okay on his end.
Yes, Norton in the game now. Another freshman for Del City playing. McGuinness going man. They find shooting the three there. That's also Farrow, the other freshman. And Farrow gets the steal. Farrow looks to finish. Nice recovery there by Carter Aiken. Denying.
Great hustle by Aiken.
Denying Anthony Farrow the layup there. And it will stay with Del City. The inbounds pass, that's Jones, who comes in for the Eagles. Going in hard there is Norton, and he missed a shot, and it will go out of bounds off Del City.
I like the decisive drives by these young men. When you got young freshmen, and sometimes when you get freshmen in a ball game like that, they kind of get in out of control, but these freshmen have been very much in control, and you can see why Coach Smith trusts them so much.
Getting to the basket, trying to score. There's Chambers, and he was trying to absorb contact. And that makes it hard to finish when you do that.
No doubt.
Couldn't get the shot to go, but it does go out of bounds. The ball goes out of bounds off Del City, and Chambers will now throw it in. Some more subs for the Eagles. They bring Marquise Fleming back in. Chambers throwing it up to Harris near the top of the key. Also in for Del City, Jordan Wiley calling his name for the first time. Harris goes right at him and scores. Andrew Harris making a strong move, saying, hey, if you're just coming in, you must not be fresh.
You're not ready.
Or not ready, yeah. And he went right at Jordan Wiley and scored and got fouled.
Nice way to put that ball on the floor by Harris. Nice, strong move. Good feet work, of course. Like you say, a really good tight end for the Bishop McGuinness football team. Out here doing his thing on the court.
But again, the Irish, all kinds of problems at the free throw line.
Can't get those to land. Going to definitely need those.
Marquise Fleming, they blow the whistle really fast and blow it several times. And I don't know what the call is at all.
Poor Marquise Fleming just can't really get any calls to go his way tonight.
Well, one of the ref who blew his whistle went to the scores table. Clock is at. There may have been a clock issue. It was at 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now it's at 6. So Del City has 6 seconds to go. Six seconds to go in the Patrick Newby third quarter. They're going to get it to Norton. Norton's got to create. Norton, tough three there. Rims out, no good. And to the fourth quarter we go. Eagles remain in command, 48-32. We head to the fourth quarter right now on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the work.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here on the Oklahoma Sports Network between the Irish and the Eagles. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones. This fourth quarter brought to you by Titan Storage. As Del City will have the ball, protecting a 16-point lead.
Coach Smith leaving the starters out here right now.
Yeah, we got Shaw right now handing up to Blackwolf. Nick Holmes in the game. The Flemings are in the game, so this is the starting lineup for Del City tonight. We've had a lot of different starting lineups this season.
Right.
Here's Holmes. Pass it back out to Shaw. Shaw, 19 points, has led this team. He was on fire in the first half. Dribble drive handoff to Blackwolf. Now going inside is Marquise Fleming, and he lost it. Andrew Harris comes up with it. Harris is going to go coast to coast. Did everything but score there as he tried to finish with his right hand going left. Back comes Del City. Marquise Fleming just missed that dunk badly. Back come the Irish. It's Harris again. This time they'll lay up nice and easy on a good pass from Osasonia. And McGuinness within 14, so they're not out of this.
No, not at all. I said, still trying to keep it as close as possible, but nice find down court. Nice little layup by Harris.
Here's Nick Holmes, fires a three, rattles it in. That's a big answer for Del City as we got the Bobby Lewis three by Nick Holmes. As Del City was really struggling shooting in the last few minutes.
Nick Holmes has come through with some really opportune times tonight. Like you say, not a lot of points, but putting some really good points on the board.
Osasonia finds Stone, who misses the three. Shaw the rebound. Can he go coast to coast?
He can.
He can. Finishes with the right hand. Come on, Shaw, now over 20 points. As he's been tremendous for the Eagles, back up by 19. It was 14 points just a moment ago. Kind of a bump there as they get the bounce pass to Harris from Aiken. And then a three airballed by Osasonia. Goes out of bounds. Brody Parks back in for McGuinness. Also back in is Timothy Chambers. I got to say, Osasonia's played really hard tonight, and he looks tired.
Right. Just thinking the same thing. Like you say, they made a lot of good efforts. Every time they kind of take two steps forward, Del City's kind of able to capitalize and match that. But giving Osasonia just a lot of work tonight, and good shot again.
Well, that's a sweet spot. I think he's got a lot of sweet spots.
Definitely. You know, and that's what you want, especially as a guard, especially in his position. You want to be able to get to your spots. We see that in a lot of players. You know, one of my favorite players is SGA, of course. Once you get comfortable getting to those spots, you know, Shaw, you know, this is something he probably works on quite a bit. And you can see just this comfortability in that release. Like I said, able to put himself over the 20 mark tonight.
So almost a steal for Del City, but they couldn't control it before going out of bounds, and it'll go back to McGuinness. Oh, that's a pack right there. That's 23 on 23 as Riley Sneller gets his shot rejected by Marcus Fleming. That's like volleyball, anyone?
Just right, you know. He's lucky he didn't catch that one, but just great hops and just great recognition on that block.
That shot will not be blocked by Sneller, but he won't make it. Instead, Caleb Blackwolf the rebound, and he goes full out of steam all the way to the basket. That's Caleb Blackwolf scoring.
Nothing you could do about that, Jordan.
No, once he got a full head of steam, good luck getting his way.
Just get out of the way.
Sneller pivots. Nice footwork by Sneller as he scores a basket for McGuinness.
Nice moves. We've seen Riley Sneller tonight, you know, make some pretty decisive moves and a nice little stroke on this young man as well. But like I said, Sneller not giving up.
Again, he didn't start for him on Monday.
Right.
And now it's Fleming. Marquise Fleming hasn't scored in a bit, but he's got those same scoring skills that Shaw has. He's just a couple years younger.
Right.
And he puts Eagles up 23.
Okay.
And then Sneller.
Just speaking about this young man, knew he had a little stroke in him, but Riley Sneller shows Del City Eagles what he can do by knocking down that three-pointer.
And McGuinness will call a timeout after that. I believe they have 2 left. It says 3 on the scoreboard. We'll see if that changes. So some scores to pass on in 5A from what we have here. Class SAS is up 17 against Loud MacArthur. Last we checked, fourth quarter. No final yet. We do the final in Midwest City. The Bombers have defeated the Guthrie Blue Jays 87-66 to remain undefeated.
Good job.
And when we last checked Carl Albert's game against El Reno, it's not on our current app we're looking at, but according to their El Reno streaming source, Carl Albert did have a better second half, and we believe they won that game 78-68. I talk about it like it's tentative, Gordy, because it's on my phone, so it's so small to see the score. But I think Carl Albert also won, so those top two teams in 5A2 remain the top two teams and remain undefeated.
Middale basketball looking really good on
every
girls
team.
and boys. Every team. I like it.
All three girls teams, all three boys teams, and you throw in Newcastle being an Oklahoma Sports Network school.
Right.
And
some good basketball.
Yeah, whichever team you want to follow in playoffs, you're following a contender.
As a fan of the sport,
yeah,
I couldn't be more elated just to watch it. I love watching it.
As a fan of the sport and the network.
Right, of course. The Oklahoma Sports Network, folks.
That's right. Here's Holmes, hesitated, then got rolling. Guys don't miss off a three.
Ooh, just in and out.
I don't know if I've ever seen a player rebound and miss three that close to the basket.
It just seemed like he got up there just so quickly. Of course, we know Holmes is just super athletic, but just following his shot and able to get to that rim just so quickly.
I've seen players miss their three when they miss it long, and it comes right back to them.
Right.
Get their rebound off a missed three, but I've never seen it when it's under the basket like that.
And now around that rim perfectly.
Yeah, Nick Holmes will get two Toonie Bice Houses free throws. We also want to thank Titan Storage for being a fourth quarter sponsor. Titan Secure Storage is proud to be tonight's quarter sponsor of the fourth quarter. As a veteran and operator-owned business in East Oklahoma City, it's our honor and responsibility to serve our community with care and lots of discount options at Titan Secure Storage. Your treasures aren't just secure, they're Titan Secure. Visit the website, www.titanstorage.ok.com, or call them at 405-987-8673 for more information. The free throws from Toonie Bice Houses free throws, they now give Del City a 60-39 lead, and now they can trap off these made free throws. Here's Andrew Harris getting into the paint, and he finishes and scores. Finishing with his right hand, going left, going right at Marcus Fleming. That's no easy task.
I mean, senior Andrew Harris with the grown man moves up in there, Jordan.
And Marcus Fleming will come out now, replaced by Barker. Well, we didn't call Harris's name much in the first half, but this kind of went like the Newcastle game from McGuinness 4 days ago when Harris was a little quiet at the beginning of the game, but just got better and better as the game went along. And that's happened here, and he makes the free throw. He makes the Toonie Bice Houses free throw. Not sure if there's enough time for McGuinness or not, but they are still playing like there is.
All right, something to go out on a positive note, especially what we see from Harris.
And they just, if they can keep this close, they can believe, hey, when we play Del City again on Valentine's Day and we get Isaiah Nelson back, we can beat these guys.
Make it a different ball game.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And they get the stop here. They want to make it 16 now. It's Harris. His pass deflected, though, stolen. Blackwolf has it, goes out to Shaw. Oh, what a block. They're going to call a foul, though, on McGuinness.
Oh.
Tough call, but there was contact. Stone not happy. I'm sorry, Brody Parks. Again, Parks and Stone mixed up too much. But
definitely, but still really good catching that ball at his highest point. Good defense. Only that follow-through is what hurt him.
Yeah, I think there was contact with his other arm.
Right.
So Kaman Shaw, who I think is going to be our player of the game.
Maybe. I think so. I think you're just dead on.
And he's been a little more quiet this half, but you can't forget about how he just took over the first half.
Just still effective.
I mean, really, Del City threw the knockout punch in the first quarter.
Right.
And it's been about even ever since.
Exactly. I said just a really good job by Shaw tonight. Starting off, with the patience, getting his team involved, but like you say, not really just trying to score deliberately outright, just really doing what he could, and like I said, taking advantage of all those opportunities.
Harris, floater. Now Carter Aiken. And Holmes, and no tension there. They're going to call it tough ball. Yeah. But this will be the sixth Del City team I've got to watch closely through the games on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the best guard play
Really?
Yeah, well, I'll talk more about that after the break. We're going to take a quick commercial break as we have a 60-second timeout. You're watching Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Well, they're saying it over the PA system now. Mike Unruh is announcing that the next Del City district game, as they're trying to break a press here, has been moved from January 27th to January 26th. That's on a Monday against Altus. More on that game here in a bit, as McGuinness now has to trap Del City. Kind of tough thing to do with those guards. As Blackwolf beats it easily, finds Holmes. Holmes just can't score, but they got a good shot there. Harris tried to save it out of bounds. I don't know if he needed to do that, but it does end up going out of bounds off of Del City anyway, thanks to Brody Parks. Good hustle by him. But anyway, because that game got moved from Tuesday to Monday, the Altus crew, which does all the traveling, I mean, they do all the Altus basketball games, they can't make that game, so they asked us to take over the broadcast of that game, and we're looking forward to that. That's not this Monday, but the following Monday. McGuinness looking to get within 20 there, as three-point shot by Harris, no good. Marquise Fleming comes in for a rebound. They're going to say he's fouled. I think they're calling Sneller with a foul. He can't believe it. Clapping his hands hard. He's frustrated.
Right.
It's going to come out. I don't know if he fouled out. We're not keeping track of individual fouls.
Good showing by number 23 tonight.
Usually when a player fouls out, you hear the horn goes off.
Right.
And then teams usually take advantage of having like an unofficial timeout there, and they use it normally.
Yeah,
Shaw finishing with his right hand, putting the finishing touches on a masterpiece of a game. We have him in our unofficial stats, thanks to our stat keeper, John Adams, at 27 points.
Just a monster night. And just an effortless 27 points as well.
Did it many different ways.
Many different ways.
Did it on defense. Got some assists. He's going to come out now as Del City will bring in 5 new players. Some of these players are brand new to playing this game.
All right.
But I was saying this is the best guard play I've seen in Del City in years as far as scoring goes. They've relied more on their front court.
Right.
To get a steal there.
Steal by Norton.
As Norton checks in. So I have to go back. The 2020 Del City team that unfortunately got COVID canceled, that was probably the best of the Del City teams this decade. And they had Nate Goodlow was a really good guard. This is the best guard player they've had, I think, since then.
Goodlow, another great athlete from Del City.
There was a couple of Goodlows, I think. One of them,
yes.
playing football at Tulsa. Was it Anthony, I think?
Maybe headed to the pros soon.
Yes, yeah. And then Nate was a good basketball player.
Right.
McGuinness gets fouled to the free throw line, so Del City has in right now number 32, Andrew Crawford Jr., another freshman. Caden Johnson is in a junior. There's 2 Kalen Johnsons. There's a Caden Johnson and a Kalen Johnson. Number 42 is Kalen.
Okay. One of the football players.
So you got to be very specific there.
Sure.
Anthony Farrow is in. And Damari Norton. So mostly freshman lineup.
Young
sophomore and junior.
Right. Mike, I love it.
And they're going to get pressed. They're going to have a chance to practice against the press as Norton brings it across the timeline. He's going to look to go all the way, and he'll get to the free throw line.
Love the quickness by Norton. You've seen each time he's kind of handled the ball, trying to make his way to the basket. I said very decisive.
We're going to see a first-time sub for McGuinness and number 15, Camden Vestup, a 6-foot sophomore. See right now limping off is DJ Miller, and that kind of shows what the night it's been for McGuinness, as they've just gotten battered and bruised a bit.
Right, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, playing against a Dale City Eagle team like this, like I said, not only are they super athletic, these guys, they don't quit. You know, they do have the identity right now of Coach Shavis Smith, and these guys have taken it, you know, and used it to their ability. Like I said, talent down the line. Each time they put in the subs, like you said, Jordan, these guys have caused a lot of damage.
Norton makes the free throw, and a nice finish there.
Nice.
That's Hudson Aiken who comes in
and
scores, making a 20-point game, but then back come the Eagles.
Nice move by Farrow.
That's Farrow. So some good-looking freshmen, and Del City showing that next year, even though they'll miss Kamon Shaw,
right,
and Marcus Fleming and then a few other seniors, they'll still have plenty in the tank. Steal there. That's Norton. Norton pushes it ahead. He gets trapped.
Nice handle.
Pass out to Caden Johnson, and now it's Kalen Johnson making a three. A Bobby Lewis three for Kalen Johnson. Good for him. Bobby Lewis surprised the great rates with 2 locations to serve you, including in Del City.
Kalen Johnson got you a sophomore, 6'4", that can shoot the 3-ball and play down low. So the future's looking bright for Dale City.
Aiken, nice cut there, and Luke Dooley will draw a foul. So we're down to 1:05 to go at some point. Gordy Jones will make his way down there. And this time we'll have plenty of time. There'll be no rush.
Right.
To talk to Coach Jones and Kamon Shaw. And we have more Whataburger stuff to give away. I assume you got Sasha Hunt Smith hers.
I did.
Okay, and Kamon Shaw will be our player of the game. He's already got this before, but hey, if you keep playing that well, we'll give it to you every night.
Right.
We're not going to assume we have to give it to someone new.
No. Since he's already got one, I'll ask him if he can just take me to the Whataburger tonight, Jordan.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And it could be tonight because that place does not close.
No. One of those melts.
Kalen Johnson on the kick out.
Oh, nice.
A scoop attempt there. And not quite finishing, but getting fouled. That's Farrow.
See, Farrow has some moves. Trying to drop to the basket, trying to use a little dip and dunk.
I got one disappointing thing to talk about with Del City basketball. It's no one's fault, at least not one with Del City, but they were going to play on Martin Luther King Day. The boys' team wouldn't, so that's why we didn't talk about it during the girls' game.
Right.
They're going to play Douglas. Gosh, that's an exciting game if that could happen, but unfortunately the game got canceled. So that's a bummer.
That would have been a huge one.
Yes, that would have drawn, I think.
Well, Douglas, they've been doing this Martin Luther King Day, the last couple of years, and packed the house each time, different age groups, coming into it and giving everybody a really good show. But like you say, that would have been a huge game had they been able to continue on. Just unfortunately had to cancel that one.
And we don't know why. We don't want to speculate why, but it just happened. So we do know that Del City's next district game will be in 10 days against Altus, and we'll have the game for you on the Oklahoma Sports Network as McGuinness scores again.
I'll make my way down there.
That was Hudson Aiken. All right. Oh, by the way, expect the players to be all around you there.
Right.
That's how the boys like to do it.
I'm excited.
All right, we're down to 26 seconds to go. A foul is called. So Del City's going to remain undefeated in district play. And they still have games remaining against Newcastle, against Classen SAS. So they're not a sure thing to win the district, not a sure thing to host yet. But they are in great shape to do that, as they will have they've played all 7 teams in their district and have won all 7. What a great start to Coach Chavis Smith's tenure as the Del City coach. I got to know him as the Lawton High coach last year. It was always great interviewing him, as we could see Anthony Farrow shooting free throws right now. Toonie Bice House's free throws. And he makes both. But he has his Eagles roaring right now. Well, flying. We'll call it soaring, not roaring, because they're Eagles. Irish look to score again. Here's Aiken. Hudson Aiken goes out to Chambers. Chambers left-hand three with 10 seconds to go. No good. Battle for the rebound. It's taken by Strickland. So McGuinness will get one more crack at it, appears. They throw a high pass out there to Dooley. And that shot's no good. And so ends the game. Del City has defeated Bishop McGuinness by a score of 73-51. Real quick, let's talk about our Whataburger player of the game. Let's go ahead and read it off for you. Whataburger on 15th Street. Celebrate your game day wins this holiday season, including Martin Luther King Jr. Day, with the sweet blackberry flavor of the new Frosted Berry Whata-Fresher from Whataburger. You earned it, and they are located at 5925 Southeast 15th Street. Our Whataburger player of the game, as we talked about a lot this quarter, because it was pretty obvious who's going to be, number 4, Kaman Shaw II. And for Kaman Shaw, we'll rate his point total one more time here. 27 points is what we have him for. I see he's played a good game. Let's see if Gordy Jones can get the interviews. There may not be a crowd. Del City players have mostly left, but Kaman Shaw's still out there, so I'll be happy if we get them. We'll go and turn Gordy's mic on. He hasn't turned on. Coach Seamus Smith is close by as well. So some players are coming back. And as soon as Gordy looks my way, I'll give him the thumbs up. We'll talk to Coach Seamus Smith first.
All right, George. All right, Gordy Jones here with the GOAT. Great. Seamus Smith. Coach Smith, great job tonight. What you got to say about tonight's game?
It was all right. I didn't like our defensive pressure. I feel like we could have done a lot better. We kind of missed a lot of bunnies. So I'm okay with the performance, but I'm not the happiest, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Yes,
No, I understand that. Just a perfectionist. Like I said, we've seen a lot of the identity that you have with this team, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of good games coming up, a lot of crucial games. What does it mean as far as district play goes?
I mean, as long as we're taking care of business there, that's what all that matters in the seeding, That's overall, that's our main goal, is getting ready for the state championship. So I'm proud of how we're playing in district play. Again, just me being a perfectionist, standard I ain't met today. So, we got to talk about it in practice.
I understand. Well, great job today, Coach.
Yes,
like
sir,
I said,
I
you can
appreciate
say your identity all over these players. Like I said, great ball team and great job tonight.
Thank you.
Player of the game, you got Mr. Shaw. Okay. What do you got to say about this young man?
He's a scrub, man. He'll be all right. No, he's good, good kid, good leader. He's starting to figure it out, becoming more vocal. He did a good job of kind of bringing the energy to the team early. What I will say is that I feel like he need to do a little bit more of it, but I'm always going to be his biggest critic. But I am proud of the way he played tonight.
Right, proud of proud of this man and proud of the team, Coach. Like I said before, one thing I love about you is that you use the depth of the team.
Yes,
like
sir.
I said, you can see the identity of yourself all over the rest of these young men. That says a lot about you as a coach. And like I said, congratulations on this victory.
Yes, sir.
And we'll reward the player of the game to Mr. Kaman Shaw.
Yes,
Right. 27 points for this young man. Two rebounds, 2 assists. But like I said, Mr. Shaw, you put your identity all over this game. And like I said, the rest of the starters and the rest of this team, all you guys play so well together as a team. Anything as far as going into next week, like I said, you guys got a lot of battles in. Is there anything that you want to focus on specifically, Mr. Shaw?
I'll say take this week off, get a lot of work, and get ready for Newcastle.
Right.
Got a big week.
Right. Like I said, good showing tonight. Like I said before, we're going to round you with the Whataburger player of the game once again. Like I said, put your stamp all over this game. But like I said, keep up the good work. Is there anything else you want to say tonight?
Go Eagles, man.
Go Eagles. Hey, great job, fellas. Great job. Thank you so much.
Let's get it back. Here we go.
Back to you, Jordan.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I love it when that's announced that he's player of the game, and he gets a big applause from his teammates. That's really cool and something we're seeing when we interview these boys' teams. And, again, girls can't do it because they can't do it because they have to get off the floor because of that boys' game coming up. But the boys are able to do it, and they emulate that Thunder way of being with their teammates when they get interviewed. So Gordy Jones joins us again. We're going to talk for a little bit here before we sign off. But Gordy, I was saying it's really nice how, and I don't know if you've noticed this when I've interviewed Midwest City a few days ago and Newcastle a couple times, the boys teams, they take from the Thunder and how they handle these post-game interviews. That's pretty cool.
I love it.
I do. I love it too. And so we haven't had a chance for Carl Albert to do that yet. Hopefully we will at some point soon. But the other teams we've been able to interview the players after the game. Again, we did it for Newcastle twice, Midwest City, and Del City now a couple times as well. And the teammates, they will leave to go to the locker room, and then when they realize, there's a post-game interview happening, they come back.
Right.
That's how devoted they are to it.
Definitely a lot of camaraderie. Says a lot about this team and about the culture, especially Del City. Like I said before, a lot of unselfish play on the basketball court, and you could definitely see that as well in how they treat each other.
Well, you know what else says a lot about the Thunder?
Right.
They've set that example
here.
So.
And you see it with a lot of teams. You see it a lot in college basketball. You're starting to see it a lot in high school basketball, of course. I mean, and it's like you say, Jordan, it's just such a lesson for everybody because, like you say, not a lot of selfishness. You have a lot of selflessness, and that's what you really want to see in sports.
Now, it is interesting. Kaman Shaw said, I don't think they have a game at all next week, talking about the Del City boys. The girls have a game, but not the boys because the game got canceled. He mentioned Newcastle. That's not for another 2 weeks. Yeah. They do play Altus between now and then. I didn't get a score of the Altus-Newcastle boys game. The most likely result is that Newcastle won. But, maybe, you don't want to look past Altus too, so it's interesting that he kind of knew, though, Newcastle's one of the teams that's high in the standings, and we'll see.
Right.
But that's what Del City has to look forward to. We've been fortunate because they have teams like Newcastle, Lawton MacArthur, and McGuinness and Altus in their districts. We've got so many Del City games on the network, and we hope to get more.
Definitely.
Our next focus will be next week, the Titan Classic. So you couldn't pay me enough to work a game on Tuesday because of all the work we're going to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm like,
Jordan, you work hard enough.
I know. I want next Tuesday night off. This past Tuesday I had to make a unplanned trip to Lawton.
Right.
So that's still a little bit on my mind here.
I can imagine.
But we'll be preparing and ready to go for the Titan Classic next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. As we'll have on the boys' side, besides obviously Carl Albert, Norman, Edmond North, and Northwest Classic from the Metro, from the Tulsa area, Sand Springs, Booker T. That's the big name right there. They got Booker T in as an addition on boys and girls, and Tulsa Edison Prep. And then, like I said, a mystery team from Kansas, Piper. I call them a mystery because if they're in a different state, you just don't know how good they are, no matter what the record is. They may be great. Who knows? But we're looking forward to their games. On the girls' side, you got 4 teams in the Metro. Of course, the host team, Carl Albert girls. And then you got Edmond Memorial girls, which has always been a very good opponent, a very good girls' team the last several years. They went 3-0 last year. They won the tournament back in 2023. Also, Norman girls are a bit down this year. However, if you can keep them in the tournament year after year, they'll have some good teams again. They were the premier 6A team early this decade in 2019 as well. So hopefully they'll have a good showing. And Putnam City girls will be back in it, so those will be the Metro teams. And then the Tulsa teams coming. They got a lot of Tulsa teams coming, which is exciting.
It's going to be some good games.
And that includes the Broken Arrow girls. Also, Tulsa Edison Prep, like the boys on the boys' side. Tulsa Edison Prep, Booker T girls, runner-ups last year in 5A. And then finally, Sand Springs, who won the tournament a couple years ago, and they usually bring a good squad. So much to look forward to. 8 games, all 3 days. That's what you have to look forward to next on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And Gordy will be joining us for all those games. You'll focus in on the girls' side.
Right.
And like I said, there'll be some really good matchups. So, all right, well, we want to thank Blake Unruh for producing.
Great job.
John Adams for keeping stats again, giving us some totals that we appreciate. And running camera for the first time, Brandy Thomas. She did a great job, so we appreciate all them.
Definitely.
And we'll call it a night. So great night for Del City girls and boys, and we'll look forward to having those games on for you the following week when they play Altus and Newcastle. Also that week we'll have Carl Albert and Middle City playing each other, so much to look forward to. All right. That'll do it for us. For Gordy Jones, I'm Jordan Ray. You've been watching Mid-Del Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports